Welcome to your world, pretty baby. Is it everything you thought it'd be?
Suck your dick.
A wrong time, the wrong situation, the right time, the wrong me. Okay, so this is bonus content. This is I'm too tired to do a real episode, so
all right, we'll do the real one tomorrow.
After Dark Part 2.
After Dark. I don't know. We have to pick the better of the two, and that one becomes the premium content.
The premium's a good one.
The premium's a good one because the last one was terrible.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really bad.
Was that the one where you guys did coke without me?
Yeah.
I'm
afraid to listen to that.
It's really bad. I mean,
did you listen back?
No, I've never listened to a single one of anything we've done.
Wow, that's so cool.
I mean, I'm being honest. I've never listened to the podcast.
Even when you edit it?
Yeah, no, I just make sure everything's like lined up right, and then I
puts the interstitials in.
Yep.
People said it was really bad.
They did.
Really? I didn't listen.
Yeah, well, don't. I mean, maybe first of all, I'm not going to pay $5 to our own podcast, so we.
Yeah.
But thank you to everyone that signed up.
I had to find some emergency extra content to put up to make up for it. So
someone broke into our studio.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Someone who shall not be named.
Voldemort.
A mysterious character. Yeah, and then if we have guests and shit, I guess the guests will go on. People keep requesting Sam Hyde to be on the podcast, and then I finally asked him, because like people were like, yeah, I told him about the podcast or whatever, and I asked him, he's like, I don't think well on my feet, which is not true.
Right.
Yeah, he's incredible on his feet.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to do...
He's just intimidated by this alpha male podcast, basically.
Maybe. I know that like he was bullied into doing Gavin's podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like hounding him or some shit, and he didn't want to be on it.
Yeah.
But no one wants to really do Gavin's show.
This is a much more chill vibe.
Yeah.
We don't accuse anyone of being a cuck on this show.
Yeah, I wouldn't even tell Sam I'm Jewish. I swear.
Yeah, but
Sam Heidelberg.
We've agreed to do it. So Weave's like Sam, except even more racist.
Yeah,
and there's no question about it. I think Weave would be fun.
I love our AltRight Pivot.
Yeah. Well, those are the guys who'll do the show. I mean, what do you want?
Let's get some fucking racist ass Pepe memes going.
Yeah.
I was at a baseball
next
game.
Next week we got David Duke, folks. He's coming in. Look, he's funny. What do you want? He's a good comic.
The guy knows how to write a bit.
Yeah.
The guy knows how to do a bit.
I don't give a shit about his opinions. Does he make me laugh? Yes. We got George Zimmerman next week, folks.
$1 Million Extreme is that fucking the show. Dude, it's funny, and there's some shit where you're like, oh my god, how did these motherfuckers get this on television?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. I like the fact that Adult Swim is letting them do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Jews.
Jews rock.
Jews rock it.
It's great. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, apparently, like Weave hacked into a bunch more printers and printed out a bunch of Nazi hey, did you see that when he did that last year? He like hacked like 30,000 printers that were like accessible through the internet and printed out like Nazi hate speech on like public printers. And,
like at libraries and
stuff?
in
libraries and on universities and stuff. But he did it again, but to promote world peace. To promote the MDE show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
but with also the, hey, check out Daily Stormer. It's the only pro-genocide, pro-white website.
Jesus Christ.
I look, the guy's funny.
All right, we'll take your word for it.
I'll say it again. And then after that, we're going to have Itzhak Perlman will be joining us.
Just
world famous violinist.
Yeah. Itzhak Perlman will be in studio with us. And he's got a couple of great N-word jokes that he's been dying to try out.
Yitzhak, how do you say that shit? That's
Yitzhak?
Perhaps the most Jewish name.
Yeah.
Or is Shlomo a real Jewish name?
Shlomo is real.
My favorite fake Jewish name that I used to use is Shmuley Shlomo. I would comment on articles and... Yeah, were the pennies okay?
Shmuley Shlomo was the first guy to die in the Holocaust. Yeah. He was like in line for the trains to go to the camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in line first.
He was like complaining
Don't cut me.
You know, this line is taking forever.
Well, it's before they were really serious about like the genocide thing.
Fell on something.
They were like, look, anyone that's willing to pay $25 isn't going to get Holocausted. It's like, $25? That's literally worse than the Holocaust.
Jesus Christ. There goes Shmuley.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, Shmuley.
Yeah, after dark, we're all pretty tired. You had a decadent Italian meal.
I did. I mean, I just got off a fucking 48-hour flight from Tokyo.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, how was it, man? You were
was great,
for the conference, right?
Yeah, some kind of fucking conference or something.
The pussy.
I was in Tokyo. This is a travel podcast, by the way. So I'm going to start using those tags on iTunes. And we're going to recategorize ourselves as a travel podcast.
With it AltRight, like
AltRight.
AltRight travel.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, folks. Pretty disappointed with the lack of white people in Japan. Let's fix that. Let's get over there. Let's start fucking. Bring the women.
Let's drop a couple more you-know-whats.
Yeah.
Atomic bombs.
Do alt-right guys, they're mostly feminists, though, right?
Yeah, of course.
Aren't they
They're
like,
just racists, but they're also...
Are they?
No, I'm making that.
Yeah.
Of course not.
No, they're like incel
I don't know, dude.
dudes.
The fact that they even like memes is weird to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's fun. I guess I do like that there's young racists. It's funny.
It's
someone you can make fun of.
Where it comes from is like... If you do something, you know, it's like that Vonnegut quote, like, if you keep acting like a faggot, eventually you're going to be a faggot. I'm paraphrasing, but it's...
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, it's like irony poisoning, where you fucking say the N-word on Xbox Live enough times because it's funny, and eventually you're like, yeah, you know what? That guy is a coon. How dare he fucking ruin my kill streak? And then that's where that whole movement comes from.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't know if you're serious anymore. I mean, I'm like that with like Kmart graphics tees.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I wear them and I'm like, do I like this shirt for real?
Talking about... Yeah, you do, by the way.
That's why, like, guys that are...
Yeah, they're great. The homeless people love that Eat My Dust shirt. And none of them can read it. They all try to read it, and then it's happened, I swear to God, like 3 or 4 times. I was outside the bodega, and this homeless guy was like, eat my guts. All right, man, I like that. Okay.
I was stuck in traffic on Canal Street, like bumper to bumper on Friday leaving town, and there was this homeless guy whose ass was coming out of his pants.
Hell yeah.
And traffic was so bad. He had this walk where he was going so fucking slowly that we were stuck like a couple blocks down, and then we saw him slowly pass us. He was going like 1 mile an hour. And we're like,
with
literally, this guy is beating us right now, the guy with his ass out.
I would love it if he was the reason all traffic was fucked up. And some guy with his ass
just rubbernecking.
Everyone's got to see this guy's ass.
I love nice homeless ass. Probably a lot of caked on shit on that ass, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of wear and tear. It was leathery, I'll say that.
You know what I wish I had the ability to do is like do showtime, like do showtimes on the trains, but go on the trains and be like, what's up everybody, this is showtime, and I start doing showtime and then shit myself halfway through, just have like violent diarrhea, my pants fall off, it starts spraying all over the train as I'm doing backflips and shit. That would be the ultimate New York City experience. If one of the Showtime guys had diarrhea.
Did you hear the cricket lady? The lady that released the crickets on the 4 train was doing a bit.
Really?
She said it was a bit. I mean, I think she is crazy, but she was like, yeah, it was like one of my acting things. I do it for acting.
Did she record it or anything?
I don't think so.
I told you about that guy on the train that had like a little like amplifier on his waistband, and he had like a stupid fucking shirt on and a dumb hat. And it was right when I moved to New York, so it might have been Ray Kump. I don't think it was Ray Kump, but he had the same voice as Ray Kump. And he was like, gets on the train, he's got this amplifier and a microphone hooked up to it, and he's like, you know, and like fucking waving his arms around and acting like a stupid jackass and, you know, speaking gibberish. And he gets to we're nearing the next stop. I guess we're on the L under the water or something. And he's like, thanks, folks. If you enjoyed me just trying to brighten your day, you can give me $1. I just want to make people laugh. That's all I'm doing. I'm trying to just have fun out here and be goofy and make people laugh. And then he's still talking into the microphone so everyone can hear him. And he walks past this couple and he was like, what was that? Oh, well, you know what? I'm actually performing in the comedy clubs all over the city. So,
oh my god,
your preferences is, and he got into like an argument with somebody. It was like, that wasn't funny. He said that to him, and then he got really defensive about it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Imagine just fucking having an amp and trying to do stand up.
Bryson did that shit. He did stand up in the subway for some reason.
Yeah, it's like
That shit
improv
sucks. Fuck
anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I don't want.
I was thinking the other day, improvised explosive device, improv.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know who made it?
Bad again.
Rapists.
Aaron
Rapists.
Glazer.
Yeah. This is all coming back to the
Or is it an improvised
What's in
erection
Chelsea?
device?
The UCB's in Chelsea.
Oh,
Where
you
was the
think-
bomb?
Oh, the bomb. Yeah.
It was in Chelsea.
What was that? What the fuck happened with that bomb?
Well, it was a very Muslimic style attack. 100% connected to an Islamified individual or a group of individuals who were acting in the name of the Holy Quran. Their pedophile god Allah and pedophile Muhammad. They proscribed in any kind of peace, so it's actually it's a Muslimic duty. It's actually called one of the pillars of Islam. You got to blow people up during San Gennaro, especially if it's a queer neighborhood. That's my favorite shit on Twitter. People are like, Chelsea, a queer neighborhood blown up by Muslims. And it's just like some guy in the middle of Texas.
We got
So for him, it's kind of like a push.
Yeah.
He's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Well, Trump said that at the RNC. He was giving a speech and he goes, he was talking about how Muslims are mean to the LGBT community, and then he goes, not good. He was like trying to
This
say
is really bad, folks. I'm telling you. Look, the L. First of all, L's. That's the best part of the whole thing. GBT, maybe take it or leave it. But look, these Muslims, they're coming here. They don't like them, and I love them. I love them, frankly, but they hate them.
not good.
Yeah, I was there. I went up to Chelsea. It's actually not even really Chelsea. It's like 23rd Street, right by Madison Square Park. So
okay,
it's just like a hub.
Yeah.
What
the fuck? Did they say that it was?
Yeah, it was a bomb.
Yeah.
It was a bomb went off. And then de Blasio was like, de Blasio was like, oh, it's not terrorism. It's certainly not terrorism. But like he meant to say it's not Muslims, and then he just accidentally said terrorism and Muslims are synonymous.
Right.
Or whatever.
Who was it? Was it you guys?
It was Muslim. I mean, let's be honest. We're not the news. We're regular people. We can just say it's Muslims, and if in this slim chance that it's
what
not,
if it's like Chechens?
Yeah,
what if it's
they're
like,
still Muslims.
Those are Muslims.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, dude. They're the worst people in the entire world. They're
White
Russian and
Muslims.
Muslim.
That's a terrible combo.
Well,
yeah. So yeah, imagine Muslims already scary.
Sure.
But then they also know, Russian karate, which involves bears or something.
Yeah, they're like Muslims that are into MMA.
Yeah. Bodybuilding and shit.
Yeah.
They really are. All the fucking like every type of like white ethnic like self the stereotypes that like they love to identify with, like, well, I'm Italian, so I love the fight and I love the drink. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're a fucking accountant, you're a pussy.
Yeah.
I hate that every ethnicity says food is their thing.
Yeah. Well, the Chechens really are like, they're just pieces of shit.
They're
Their
like
whole existence is just trying to fucking kill Russia, right? Or whatever.
Right. Well, they've been holocausted.
Oh, damn.
Well, yeah, they
Russia
have-
kills them.
Russia
they have an
fucked them up.
installed Russian leader who isn't necessarily like that easy to tame.
Right.
He's like kind of a nut job. He's got a great Instagram account too.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Kadyrov, what's his name?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Kadyrov.
Kadyrov.
There's
he loves like tap out MMA style like t-shirts.
Yes.
Like, you know, like
I love that all those guys know each other. So like Kadyrov will show up on like Klokov's Instagram, and then that other guy Denis Siplenkov, who's the arm wrestler. Do you know him?
No.
He's the fucking best of all of them because he's like a bodybuilder, but he like became famous for arm wrestling. So he's got these like ridiculous hand. There's a picture of his hand next to his like wife's hand, and his thumb is like the width of a soda can. This is like fucking Elephantias's hand, and he looks like an ogre.
Yeah, I don't fucking. I know nothing about that.
Yeah, but I mean, back
It's
to
Muslims,
the point.
right,
Yeah,
right,
that's who did it. It's probably connected to the thing in New Jersey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Or maybe
They
it's
kind of
like
blew it though. Huh? It wasn't good.
like Orlando, like someone that's not connected, but
Yeah, but they're still Muslim.
they're still Muslim.
But not really, because his dad's, voting for Hillary Clinton.
His dad is
Showing up at Hillary
his
Clinton.
dad is basically Hillary Clinton's like chief like advisor to the Muslim community.
Yeah.
She hired him. She
I don't know.
brought him
There's
in.
really no information. That's like the scariest part of all of that. It's like a bomb goes off in the middle of Manhattan, and people are like, "What do we know so far?" And the FBI's like, "Fuck, dude, nothing."
yeah. This feels like especially no information is coming
Right.
out.
Didn't like the HBO hit series The Night Of teach us that there's CCTV like all over Manhattan?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the...
But that guy Box from the show isn't real.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Detective Pussy.
Yeah. It's all like
Detective Gash.
Detective Cunt.
it's all like 32-year-old FBI agents that think they're Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Enhance.
They arrested a couple of people underneath the Verrazano Bridge, I think, last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What were they doing down there?
I don't know, being
Sucking
Yemeni
each other
probably.
Huh?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Talking about soccer with other guys at the bodega, and they're like, let's crack some skulls.
Oh,
Let this go back.
Yeah, I don't know. The best was like, I mean, the worst case scenario, it's bad that they don't have any information, but the worst case scenario is like what happened with Boston, where Reddit Reddit was like, we're on the case, and then they fucking blamed it on that kid that was dead. Like they were harassing his family.
They had a lot of different people. They had that guy.
Sunil Tripathi or whatever his name was. That poor kid.
Fucking Reddit, dude.
Yeah, they're like, this is the guy that did it, and then it turns out he killed himself. His fucking family
Didn't that happen?
Heard from him in 3 days.
Didn't that happen in Dallas? But it wasn't Reddit. They like just posted a picture of the wrong guy.
Oh yeah, that guy with the assault rifle, and then the Dallas Police Department kept his fucking picture up for like 48 hours after they determined he wasn't a suspect.
Yeah. He was getting harassed.
Just because he had a gun, right?
Oh yeah, he's getting death threats. He had an assault rifle. He had a fully automatic 50 cal AK AR-15.
60.
AR-M16.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full. It's
double clip full.
It's a
full
flamethrower, and all the bullets are hollow tip, which means they have the HIV virus programmed into them, and not the kind that gay people like. Okay,
this is hardcore.
This is the HIV from who's that little boy in the 90s that had it?
Oh fuck, the one that Elton John wrote a song about.
Yeah, I was
Princess
confused.
Diana?
I always confuse him and Adam Walsh, who is John Walsh's son, and the reason John Walsh got that TV show because his son was like murdered and decapitated, and then he became a celebrity.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, John
that's
Walsh
why
was
he
just
wanted
some
to find
fucking
bad guys.
He was some dipshit he was like a real estate agent in Florida. Whose son was murdered.
Now he's like a tough guy. He carries himself like he's a cop.
Is he still around?
No,
he went away, right?
Yeah, he went away.
Good.
What's he up to?
America's Most Wanted, I think, went off the air or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was, that show was so weird. It was just like, here's some crimes, and here's like a very, very, very shitty little play about the crime.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
and it's Tom Myers playing.
It literally is guys like Tom Myers, just like, what?
Yeah.
And you don't even see anybody's faces. It's all like...
I used to love that show. I used to love that. I used to love World's Wildest Police Chases with Sheriff John Bonnell.
World's Dumbest Criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Sheriff John Bonnell. I can't just get glasses, so I have to squint all the time.
What about when they gave the security guard from Jerry Springer just his own
Steve
show?
Wilkos
That was
show?
the
We already
best
talked
show.
about that on the podcast.
did we?
Did we?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I think I talked about it on Race Wars.
We just talk about that show all the time, though.
Yeah.
Steve
It's the
Wilkos show.
absolute best.
Steve Wilkos show is the best of any daytime talk show. There'll be a guy that comes on and he's like, I rape my daughter in her mouth and nobody can stop me. And Steve
Steve yells
Wilkos
at
is
him.
like, you're a bad father. And then the whole like crowd applauds or whatever.
And then he kicks him off the
He
show.
kicks the guy off the show.
But he knew beforehand that
right,
he was
of
raping
course.
his daughter.
Yeah.
It's not like any new
And
information.
then Steve had a move he'd do on like a couple episodes where he'd pick up one of the chairs on the set and throw it.
Yeah, he would do that a lot.
And then it would stick in the back wall. And the leg of the chair would smash. He would just destroy the set, like Eric Andre fashion. And then people would cheer for him destroying the set.
Have you been watching that shit, Eric Andre,
No.
this season? It's great.
I don't watch anything. I actually just
Except,
been working my
gay
way
porn.
through all the Seagal movies.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
What are you on now?
I don't know. Whatever's next. Whatever I downloaded. I'll fucking watch next.
I watched X-Men, the one with fucking Apocalypse or whatever the fuck.
Was it good?
Oh
It
yeah.
was like alright. It was just like fucking whatever.
What's his deal? He's a Muslim mutant from the
Egyptian.
future.
He's
Or
Egyptian from the past.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All the most powerful mutants are Muslims, which
No, they're Jews. Magneto's a Jew.
yeah, but he's not the most powerful.
He's not?
No.
No, he's not
Because
even
all the most powerful ones are like from 1,000,000 years ago, and they're Muslims.
Oh.
I thought they were Egyptian.
I guess I don't know. The Four Horsemen, isn't that the? It's like
Yeah, they're Apocalypse's bros.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're all like Apocalypse's real
Apocalypse-
name is like Alec Tarek Halem.
And he had
Shalom
this
Halal
awesome
Card.
deep ass black guy voice in the
Yeah, yeah.
cartoons. And they got rid of that shit.
Yeah,
He talked like James Earl Ray.
James Earl Ray.
That's the guy who killed Martin Luther King.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
is.
James Earl Jones.
No, James Earl Ray is the guy that killed James Earl Jones.
Yep, that's true.
James Earl Jones was assassinated by Martin Luther Ray. If your name was Martin Luther Ray, you pretty much have to kill James Earl Jones. It's your destiny in life. He's like, no. So James Earl Ray is like the Waluigi to James Earl Jones.
At some fucking award ceremony, he
yeah, the
won.
plaque. Yeah.
Yeah, he won, and they introduced him as James Earl Ray.
No.
I swear to God, yeah, it was fucked. I mean,
at the Source Awards?
yeah, it was somebody did a good bit. I mean, that is a good fucking.
Has to be.
That's a good bit.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Hilarious.
Yeah, he's asking for it.
man. Yeah,
The name like that, change your name.
absolutely.
Hey, I'm the great black theatrical, mainstay, and my name is Adolf Hitman. It's a little bit different.
He had a career. How old is that fucking guy?
James Earl Jones?
He's
Yeah.
old as shit, dude.
He's old as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's probably acting.
He's probably like
before
92
that.
years old.
He's
Yeah,
probably.
he's been around since the 50s because his dad was an actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Richard Jones or some shit. You
Mhm.
know his dad? What was his?
Not.
His dad was on something.
Oh,
I can't remember.
It was the Jeffersons. He was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
His dad was Bill
Jeff-
Cosby.
Didn't he say he's blind recently?
No, he was blind in the Sandlot.
No.
Oh, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
I thought you meant James Earl Jones. As you're confusing him with his character from Sandlot.
He apparently his lawyers are saying he can't go to jail because he's blind.
Yeah. That's the rule, folks.
It's
If you
it's
commit any crime
constitutionally
and
a
you're
sound
blind,
argument.
they're not allowed to send you to jail.
You poke your eyes out, you're out.
Yeah.
So we go do some cool shit, some cool fun shit.
And what if there was a blind guy that just downloaded a bunch of child pornography, and then his defense was like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I just like downloading it. It's all numbers to me.
What if he's just listening to it? Does
I
that
think it's
count?
still
It's still
possession.
possession.
Yeah.
But what if it's pictures? He's like, this has no use to me. There's really no reason to put me in jail. And they're like, why'd you do it? And he's like, because I could.
It was the perfect crime.
Yeah.
Oh, officers, welcome to my home.
Twirling his mustache.
They just beat him up and take him to jail anyway. It's like, well, this is not a perfect crime at all. You downloaded it, you blind idiot. He's got like braille drawings of little kids getting sucked off that he's like running his fingers over.
Yeah.
Gosh. Wow. Pedophilia.
Pretty fun stuff.
Pretty funny.
Well, that's the kind of content people check in for.
This is the After Dark
This is the After Dark. Is anybody
special. Sav and I both didn't sleep much last night.
No,
Nick, I don't know how your weekend was.
I didn't do shit. I mean, I went to Japan, obviously.
Yeah, you went to Japan.
Yeah.
Checked out. And Ghana
I learned
also,
Japanese, actually, while I was there.
Did you go to the Godzilla Museum?
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
You know what I love about so all the video game character names in the U.S., they name them for U.S. markets for whatever reason.
Right.
You know? So the Japanese version, like, you know, Mario in Japan isn't like, you know, Hiro, you know, is there like, you know,
right.
Tanaka or whatever. He's fucking...
I think it's probably Mario.
No, it's like Super Mario. It's like Super Mario. Yeah, it's like this fucked up like Japanese version.
Yeah, okay.
Of them not. Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog is like Sonicu as a Hedgehogu.
Why is it so easy to learn Japanese? Adam Friedland Show. Nick
Actually, that's Korean.
I've never had a sex. That's good. Yeah. That's basically Korean.
That's my...
What the fuck is going on with sumo wrestling? Japan does a lot of weird shit, but that's got to be the weirdest.
Sumo wrestling?
Why was that their sport that they landed on in
Didn't
ancient
they
times?
invent like a lot of men?
Fat motherfuckers beating the fuck out of each other.
I think they invented a lot of men coming on someone at one time. That's kind of maybe weirder.
Bukaki.
No, that's a recent invention since the importation of porn. We brought porn over there after World War II to make up for the atomic bomb.
What's with the blurred?
They weren't even freaks, right?
And vaginas.
I don't know. They're
in
insane.
Their porn. They're crazy.
Yeah, I really don't understand that. Where they like censor the piss coming out of the dick.
It's like the pornographic equivalent of censoring the middle finger on the news.
I love
like
that.
You like don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
That's, you know, there's probably a very good libertarian argument against all that shit. It's probably because of some weird regulation they could sidestep it by just blurring that shit.
Right.
That way they can put it on after Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, did we ever talk about the game show where this was on Japanese television where it was a straight porn star and a gay porn star, and the straight guy, the game was if the gay guy could make the straight guy come by sucking his dick on television. Like he was in a little box and the gay guy got on his knees and you couldn't see him sucking dick, but you just like, it would cut to the straight guy making like pained faces like no.
I play that game all the time.
This is on, dude. It was like on television. There's people in the audience like clapping and watching a guy suck his dick, and the gay guy would like pop out and like wink at the audience.
Yeah.
Like,
they had a game show where one of the games was like they put all the contestants in a room, and then it's like a classroom, and they have like a retarded guy that's trying to read. And if they laugh at him, they're like, "Bah," and you like leave. So there's people like,
I'm out of that game right away. I don't stand.
And they're like fucking dying laughing at him. They just gotta lose the money. Don't rafu at the retarded guy. Please,
fuck, man. How long?
Do not rafu him.
Could you not laugh?
If a Japanese retarded guy was reading,
He's trying to read
the video.
The LR thing must be tough with the words retard and leotard.
Yeah, I really want to make a video of like a guy with Down syndrome with his family, and they're at a restaurant, and he's like struggling to read the menu out loud, and like they're all like, come on, you can do it, you know.
Yeah.
And then he's like struggling to do it, but then it just cuts to Jim from The Office staring at the camera from across the room.
Rolling his eyes.
giving the camera that look, because that's really all that show is. It's Jim laughing at his retarded coworker. Yeah. And then we're supposed to be like, he's so charming.
No, I know that
is bullying Dwight. Man's trying to earn a living. You fucking cunt.
The guy clearly has fucking. He's clearly autistic.
Yeah.
Right? He's just bullying his autistic coworker. It's like, what? He's putting like his shit in Jello.
Right.
Like,
he's trying to destroy his friend Pam's marriage.
Yeah, Jim really is a fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
And then he just stays at that job. He never makes anything of himself.
Yeah, he really has no drive or
what
direction.
A fucking loser. Also, is Scranton in the Lehigh Valley?
I drove through Scranton today.
Yes, it is.
All right, shouldn't they be all like Pennsylvania sort of trash? No one on that show is.
Yeah,
it's surprisingly close to New York City.
Scranton?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
The Lehigh Valley isn't that far away.
Yeah.
That's a weird area.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
We stopped there. We went to a Big K. They had a Big K
like
across the street from a Walmart superstore. So we were
Kmart's
really out
tight.
there.
Yeah. If we got any Lehigh Valley fans out there, please go out in your town, smash some windows at local businesses, write Cumtown rules, fucking write Jim's a faggot, all over, just everywhere.
Yeah.
Please destroy his
rules and Jim's a faggot. Oh, fuck. I love that, dude. What if our fans just are fucking just causing civil unrest in their dumb...
There's a fucking fire in Easton, Pennsylvania that burns down the whole town. They told me to do it. I was just doing what they said on a podcast.
Oh, fuck. I would love to have like those fucking hearings. We go in like Twisted Sister or whatever about like being influencing the youth. Mm-hmm. Like it was just like Tipper Gore.
Yeah, you can't censor podcasts because it's art.
Censor. It's art. What we do is art.
Yeah,
we're Twisted Sister, and we're singing some of the most twisted lyrics, like about not going to take it.
Yeah, not taking it.
Remember
some of the most dangerous lyrics.
Remember that James Vance guy?
No.
You know that story? The kid that fucking put a shotgun under his chin because...
Ozzy, right? Was it
it's Priest.
Oh, Priest, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ugh, what a bad band to die for.
Well, to die for maybe, but Judas Priest fucking rules.
Rob Halford, dude.
Yeah, Priest
He's hilarious. I think we've talked about that already.
What?
That he's just gay as hell.
Yeah.
And like all metal is like just gay as shit.
Yeah. You take a man and put him inside your body. And people are like, yeah, it probably means like with a sword. Yeah. This is fucking badass, this dude.
You guys have seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot, obviously, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just like Maryland trash that are just like, it's like filmed at Merriweather Post Pavilion.
Oh, really?
In the parking lot of a pre-show in the 80s.
Shit.
Yeah, it's just some of the best Maryland accents out there. Yeah.
There's this girl, she's like, I'm from Glen Burnie. And they're like, what would you do if Rob Halford was here right now? She's like, I'll probably jump his bones.
I'd jump his bones. Yeah, that's a big one. Also, this dude with like a terrible mullet, like peach fuzz mustache, is like with his girlfriend, and they start making out. And then he looks at the camera. He's like, "I'm going to the army next week. I'm 18 years old," and she's like, "I'm 13."
Holy shit, that's incredible.
I jump his bones.
When two men are in love with each other. Like, hell yeah, dude. He means like brothers in arms. That's what he means. And then I found out I was HIV positive. That means like hell, inferno, fucking virus,
volcano,
dude. Yeah. Well, that means like it's something badass is what he's talking about. You have to understand the nuance of metal lyrics. It sure makes you think. That's why I like metal instead of punk rock. You know?
Yeah, the layers.
Yeah.
The layers.
Because it's about being pissed off, but instead of hating your dad, you get along with him and work on the car together. That's what metal's about, dude.
My cousin in Greece listened to the fucking corniest metal bands, because Greece, I guess there's just no higher, like, you just listen to all of it. He listened to some fucking band called Halloween, where it was like the name of the band was just a Halloween hell pun. It was just fucking brutal. Iced Earth was another one. I don't know what that even meant.
One time when I was abroad, there's this Russian dude that came up to me on a bus, and he's like, now tell me something. I have a question for you. And I was like, okay. It's like, are you a metalist? And I was like, a medalist?
A mentalist.
He's like, that's what I thought at first. I was like, a mentalist? He's like, a metalist. Do you like Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Rob Zombie? Yeah. And I was like, oh, do I like metal?
That's what they call them, medalists.
Are you a medalist?
I'm gonna
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
My dad told me this story about flying back from. We were talking about how Australians are racist and how it's like sort of jarring because you're like, oh no, only Americans are racist. We're terrible people.
Right. And
he was flying back from Australia, and on the plane next to him was an Australian guy. No, sorry, he was flying to Australia, and there was an Australian guy flying back to Australia sitting next to him. He's like, yeah, just had a holiday here in the States. You going to Australia? You know, and he's like, yeah, haven't been before. He's like really excited. He's like, yeah, this is my first time in America. And then my dad's like, oh, cool, did you like it? And he's like, well, I'll tell you got a lot of niggers in America. And like,
Jesus
like, on the plane. He's like, can I move seats?
There are so many Australians in New York City because apparently what happened was because they supported George Bush in like the war on terror.
Yeah.
They got like this visa deal where they can like young Australians can like travel here and like get visas pretty easily for like a year or whatever. And so the other day I was on the train. It was like I was going to work. It was like 9:30. There were these two Australian girls that looked like shit, and one of them was like, yeah, like I took heaps of Molly last night. Heaps of Molly. I was like, what?
I loved watching the Olympics and just pretending to be a racist Australian and doing commentary about like watching
what the hell is that?
Like the basketball teams playing each other. It's like, hey, look at these baboons. These grabbing all the rebounds.
I actually
big monkey hands. Wait, how you gonna compete with that?
Yeah, they're great.
They got fast twitch muscle.
Yeah, they got an extra muscle, don't they?
I would love to fuck an Australian woman.
Why? Because she's a woman?
So she'd puke on you afterwards?
I want to hear that dumb voice. I got head in a field this weekend.
That's
actually
what I'm talking
That sounds
about.
like a Terrence Malick movie.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I just didn't have. I was splitting a hotel room with Bobby Kelly. I was on the road in Vermont with, and I didn't have anywhere to just fuck this girl from Tinder. So we just
so
like
you committed the crime from A Time to Kill.
yeah, exactly. We were just fucking picked a grassy ass knoll
Who
by
sucked
a
your
lake.
dick? Matthew Shepard?
Yeah, it was Matthew Shepard.
Oh my god, Nick.
It was great, dude. I loved.
Out in a field, huh?
Out in the middle of the field, people are walking. It's by a lake. I'm on all fours eating pussy. There's like wind blowing in my ass. It was fucking just whistling in.
Wait, you were completely nude eating pussy in a field?
My dick was out. My boxers were out. So yeah, I just kind of.
That's such a hilarious mental image.
Just wind blowing into your ass.
Imagine you're like
eating
you're
pussy.
just on a nature walk. And you're like, yeah, we should walk outside more. Oh my god. We are never going outside again.
If you want to know what it looks like, listeners, for Stav to be naked in a field with wind blowing into his asshole on all fours, you can go to @Tavi Baby.
That's right.
On
My
Instagram.
I just put out a nice pic of my ass, my ass looking real good on a ladder. @Tavi Baby. But yeah, it was wild.
So was this girl Australian or
No, just a girl that I had sex with. Yeah, from Vermont.
a real waltzing Matilda? They call it.
Is that what they're called?
That's their national anthem. which I thought was just like a song that they like.
In Australia?
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the national
Waltzing
anthem.
Matilda?
I know they love that song.
That's not the national anthem.
It's true. Do you know the national anthem of Boston is Sweet Caroline by Mr. Neil Diamond?
I told Evan Williams that the Caroline's Comedy Club was a Neil Diamond themed comedy club. And that's why there's like diamonds behind the stage. And he was like, shut up, dude. Really? I was like, yeah, man. And he was like, all right. He like believed me. And I told him I was kidding, and he got very angry.
It is weird when people believe a dumb troll.
Oh yeah. When I was like 20, I had on my Facebook page, it said I was like a widower, and there was these two dumbass girls. This girl Eva, she was like, "Hey, do you mind if I just ask you what happened?" And you know, I mean, I'm a fucking idiot now,
Of
but
course.
me at 20, like, I mean, I'm trying to compare myself to then as if really anything's changed, but like, you know, basketball shorts, and I'm pretty sure I used to just shave my head, and I had a dollar
You're
sign.
literally wearing basketball
I
shorts
know.
right now.
I had a dollar sign shaved into the back of my head.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
God.
and
What?
So you're cooler.
well,
basically.
I would just do shit like that while I was drunk.
Yeah.
You know, fucking just drunk constantly, and so I'm sitting there, and she's like, you know, with your wife that died, and I was like, oh yeah, my wife who died. Yeah, her name was Skyla Dust, and she was stung to death by bees. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yep. Can't be around bees anymore. And I told her and this other girl, and they both believed me. And then fucking Cubis was like, you believe that shit, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
And then she was like, why did you lie to me? It's like, because you believed it. That's not my
Yeah,
fault.
because it was fun.
If you believe something like that.
When you first moved to Baltimore, I remember you pretended you had a son.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
yeah. No, that was just like a Facebook joke.
Right.
And then a bunch of people took it seriously. I told people I had a son. Did you
yeah,
see
I
that?
remember.
What was the guy's name?
Ronaldo Fink.
Ronaldo Fink Mullen.
Yeah.
I feel like that kid sort of became Nicole Mullen's kid.
Yeah, sort of. It's funny to have like a kid that you don't take care of.
And then the best part, when he died, I remember he linked to, what was that fucking song? R.I.P.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. We just killed the club.
You're like, my son, my
Patron
baby
of the-
boy. You
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
wrote this like 2-paragraph thing about your son dying, and then you linked to R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
And people were giving you sincere like sorrow, like fucking apologetic messages. What the
Yeah,
fuck word
people
am I
are
looking
retarded,
for? It was
dude.
so funny.
But that was
People are
before.
so
That was
dumb.
before I had a big internet presence. So like people didn't know.
yeah.
Half my Facebook friends were like people who didn't fucking know me.
I remember people at open mics would be like, God, it's terrible what happened to Nick's son. And I was like, what? You know him
How
in
did that
person.
work?
You know he doesn't
Yeah.
have a fucking son. He's drunk always. He's fucking just drunk driving every night to the apartment where he lives with a fucking
car.
raped clown. You think he's got a child somewhere?
And then I said he died in a beer fire. There was no investigation. Yeah, Tom Myers. When I went to go to that album recording of his,
Oh, yes.
I saw him and he was like, you know, eating his free meal, and he's like, "Oh, congratulations on your son, by the way." I was like, "Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Fuck.
You want to be his godfather?
That would be awesome.
Old Tommy Two Mize.
Fuck.
Tommy Ermai.
I need an update on Tom Myers. I got to go back to Baltimore.
Yeah, dude, I
Check up
emailed
on
him.
him.
I was like, "Will you do my podcast? I promise I won't make fun of you."
What did he say?
No, he didn't respond.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
I can ask him too.
I'll ask him. I won't tell him it's your podcast.
Yeah, of course. I would never.
He'd probably do it if
I don't know
told him.
why he's fucking mad at me. I didn't make fun of him any more than anyone else did.
He literally does not know that everyone makes fun of him. Like he thinks,
No, there's no way he could keep
He's
going.
he's like Mr. Magoo, but for opinions.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
fucking
no.
Tommy.
One of my favorite Tom Myers moments is we were at EJ's Landing,
Hell
And
yes.
He's doing some bit about like how the Orioles suck. And these two guys are like, "Hey, you want to get out of here?" And they're just like casually take off. He's like, "Oh yeah, you can't take it, huh? You can't." He's like, they're just like walking out, dude. Like, "Have a nice night."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you can't criticize everybody's team. I understand that. Well, you're just fucking cowards or whatever." And then outside, we were like later that night, we were talking about joke theft, which I feel like if you started comedy in 2005, 2006, that's all you cared about the first 6 months in comedy.
I do remember for some reason starting out and being
fucking hacks,
terrified.
Dude. You know who
someone's
I
gonna
hate
steal my
is
shit.
hacks.
Right.
Hacks are the fucking that I'm going up. It's like, what if you like fingered a baby? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Awful garbage
I had a
material.
joke. I was afraid people would steal my shit, and one of my jokes was like, I knew I was getting fatter when I started having trouble wiping my own ass. And then I was like, yeah, a couple months ago, maybe I wasn't in the best shape, but my asshole was incredibly clean. That was the joke.
Yeah.
That was like my big...
That was a closer?
Like, yeah, that was like a big... It was a tent pole in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
God, that was so... Dude, I have a fucking... From EJ's Landing, I have a hilarious Tom Myers thing. I was in a contest there. There was just this terrible seafood restaurant where Irwin... We haven't talked about Irwin at all.
Oh, my God.
Who
dude.
is a fucking
That's
gold
going to be
mine.
the next half of the podcast.
Yeah.
That should be...
But,
yeah.
So, it was... You know, it's this terrible seafood restaurant that was an open mic, and they would run contests.
Are you good to talk for a second if I go get a coffee?
Yeah, sure.
Nick, can you pour me like 2 sips?
So I'm in this contest, and Tom Myers is on it too, and my little brothers come to see me, and my little brother Nick just does an incredible black guy impression. Like he has like every register of black guy. Like he does a great James Brown. He does just like a great like and so Tom Myers, I go up by whatever, and okay said I'm 6 months into comedy or whatever.
Right.
Then Tom Myers goes up, and he's just doing like jokes about Vietnam. Like he's doing jokes about like Charlie in the trees and just like the classic Tom Myers bits. And my little brother starts going like, "Oh hell no!" Just like as a black guy, he just starts going like, "No, thank you." Just heckling him as a black person for some reason. I guess probably being racist, but just like, and Tom is like a little flustered. And to the point where I have to tell him, "Please, Nick, you gotta stop doing this.
Yeah.
Like, someone's gonna come see, and it's gonna be like, I brought the guy heckling, you know." Anyway, so we do this fucking, so we do the contest is over. Tom bombs because my brother is heckling him as a black person, and he's got his jokes or whatever. So then I go up to him, just like kind of making small talk, and I'm like, "Oh, Tom, this was I was like, "Oh yeah, there's kind of, whatever the crowd stuff," and he's like, "Dude, these fucking urban crowds, smart material."
He was talking about your brother.
These urban
Incredible.
crowds, smart material goes right over their heads.
Oh.
It was just my brother doing a black guy voice
my
heckling
God.
him. It wasn't that it wasn't like black people didn't get his fucking Vietnam jokes. His like warmed over Bill Hicks shit.
It wasn't even like urban crowds.
There was no black people there. It was my brother doing a black guy voice, and that's how racist he was that he couldn't even just admit he was bombing. It was a 16-year-old white child going like,
Yeah, well,
poor
yeah,
Tom.
so Tom that night, we were outside talking about joke theft, and he goes, "Luckily I don't have to worry about that because no one will touch my material with a 10-foot pole." And he says it with this like, no one has the courage
right.
to do his to do his Kennedy stuff. Which Tom, you were born in 1983.
Yeah.
What do you give
Tom
a shit about?
He was born in like, he's not.
No,
he's
born
not
in
that much older than
1972.
us, dude. No.
He's. I remember when I was 17, Tom was like 24.
I don't know.
So
it's
he's
like
got to be 34 now.
I think he might be maybe a scunch younger, but I don't know.
Okay, I'm 21 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 20 years old.
Yeah, I'm 19 and a half.
So we're all 17-year-old guys.
Yeah.
Just young comics.
Have we said
the
that to
highest
the
T
listeners?
we're ever gonna? Oh yeah, I don't think they know we're all 17.
Oh, we're all
We're at our
17.
sexual peaks.
Yeah, we're at our. We love fucking right now. We come immediately.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And,
I can't get enough.
I'm never not coming. I'm always secreting a little bit of jizz.
Yeah,
Every second of the
yeah.
day.
That's how dogs fuck. You know that?
I did not
The
know.
dogs don't bust. They're leaking cum.
They're constantly coming.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love
You ever
it.
see a turtle's dick?
No.
It opens up. The whole front end opens up like a
Like
it's
a
weird.
Venus
It's-
flytrap?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it taste?
Have you seen an elephant stick before?
No.
Their penises are prehensile.
Yeah, dolphins too.
Yeah, so they can move in they're like trunks. They can
I
move
would
in like
love
different
to
directions.
have a dick that does
And
that.
elephants jerk off, but they obviously don't have hands, so they just
They
fling
beat
their
it against
dicks
their stomach. Yeah.
into their stomachs until they blast.
Incredible.
Me and my
awesome.
friend Max were looking at videos of elephants having
You remember
sex
that
on
Jackass? Maybe it was Wild Boys, or I think it was Jackass too, where they just drink a horse's cum.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's not.
It's not a prank.
YouTube. Oh, half of it isn't.
Well, there was
pranks.
also
Yeah.
the one thing where they just got a gold dildo rammed up his ass really fast, and it was like, that's just gay porn. That's not even. That's a specific kind of gay porn. That's solo gay porn.
I love Jackass, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I will
Party
never
boy?
laugh at anything in as authentic a way as I laugh at Jackass.
Those guys are so cool.
Yeah.
They're the coolest guys.
They're
They're like
so
us.
cool.
If we were less.
Intellectual.
You're good at talking,
Yeah.
saying shit, and fucking
and knowing politics. and
yeah.
We're
And
smart
the
and being
news,
handsome
yeah.
and shit.
But we're also as brave as those guys.
yeah. Well, in a different way. The way we
Yeah, I
stand
mean,
up
I
to
would do any of
oppression.
that. Honestly, my main gripe with Jackass is that, it's like boring. I would do all that stuff. I would do all this. I wouldn't even think to film it because it's like, this is just me.
I do
Yeah.
it for
This is me being real.
It's a
dude.
lifestyle.
yeah.
It's not like for
Yeah.
cameras.
I
or,
just do that shit to show girls how strong I am.
well, yeah, of course.
My
'Cause they're
favorite
fucking,
thing-
they're dumb, and you have to prove it to them
Oh yeah,
with
that's
extreme
so true.
sports.
Well, or you can prove it by just putting a little mouse costume on your dick and having a snake bite
That
it.
was-
the
that's such a
funniest-
funny
That
bit.
was so fucking.
Where they tied the string so it was like a marionette.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is so funny. Honestly, like the way you laugh at that is
Oh, yeah.
that's not the same as like seeing a good set.
That and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Like
Borat
going to a
the first
stand-up
time.
show.
It's so fucking funny.
That's
why the MDE
It's
show
a
is funny.
visceral laughter.
Exactly.
World
Yeah, it's
Peace
the
is
same
funny.
thing.
When Sam's like answering that door, and they're like the thing BuzzFeed got mad about, they're like, he's in blackface, and it's like, yeah, and he's got gold boogers.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
so many
The American
weird
Idol
choices.
sketch is like
Yeah.
I almost pissed my pants. I was laughing
Nick is
so
when
hard.
Nick is like, yeah, wow, I just hear your voice, and I'm like, this person's gonna make a lot of fucking money one day.
They make that one girl like sing for 4 hours. She sings literally every song she knows. She's like on Happy Birthday by the end. She's just run out of songs.
Oh my
They
God.
just like make her. There's just this. Oh my God. Yeah, it's. I mean, we've probably talked about it before.
Gentlemen, don't panic, but I think there is a rat or mouse in the apartment.
Oh,
nice.
I keep seeing it
What
dart
the fuck
around.
is your dumbass cat
I don't know,
doing?
sitting on the table.
Dude, there's a fucking
Go
mouse.
get
Go
eat that
Go
shit.
kill.
Eat it.
You fucking threw up last time, bitch. Go get a fucking mouse.
There's a mouse over
Just
there.
fucking kill the mouse, you stupid
This cat
bitch.
sucks, dude. This cat sucks.
It's not, folks. This cat is garbage.
Yeah. Fuck the cat.
Fuck this cat.
What
That
if it-
cat kills. Amber's bringing the killing cat.
There you go. It's over here somewhere.
Come on.
Yo, there's a killing cat? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the all white one.
Adam,
What's that cat's
The
name?
white soldier, the white knight.
the alt white. It's a Jew mouse.
It's the cat's name is Rommel.
Yeah.
The desert
Landa.
fox.
It could be just me having like fucking weird shit going on.
No,
with
I
my
think I
eyes.
saw something pop
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
That's
Folks, we got a Muslimic style mouse. A very Islamified mouse in the Quran.
Quranic
It's called the Quranic verses. Now, it's poetry, so you know it's gay. That's the thing about the Quran that they don't tell you. The best is non-military guys that say "mooge."
I've never come across
It's
mooge.
like, yeah, you don't hear mooge?
No. What's mooge? That's supposed
It's
to
like
be Muslim?
mujahideen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Mujahideen. What a great name.
So what else do we got, folks? What movies have you guys seen lately?
I watched I went to a bachelor party this weekend. I watched my friends all of his favorite movies. And he's like literally the most annoying person to watch movies with because he memorizes movies. And then he has like factoids that he comes in with like on a schedule. We watched Clueless last night when he was he was high on drugs.
What kind of
we
drugs?
watched bad drugs that we bought from a cab driver. We were in a cab and this guy pulls into a gas station, just runs out. We're like 11 or like not 11, I guess 10 dudes in like a big van just sitting in a gas station parking lot. He comes back, he's like, yeah, I saw someone that owed me money, sorry about that. And we're like, anyway, do you know where we can get drugs?
Yeah,
anyway,
taxi.
We were watching Clueless last night when he was really, really on drugs, and he was just watching it and then just going, that is a 15-year-old girl. That is a 15-year-old girl, and she's about to fuck. This movie is about children fucking.
Who was 15? Alicia?
She looks so fucking good.
She's not really 15
in that movie. I think she was 18 when she made that movie. I totally forgot how insanely
You remember how
hot
fucking
she
hot Tara Reid was?
Oh yeah.
She looks like garbage.
I'm sure she does.
Nowadays.
But she was like at such a level of like hot when I was like fucking 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's like
American Pie.
Oh, dude, the other who's the girl who plays the Russian girl that he doesn't
bitch.
fuck?
Yeah.
I beat off to that
all the time.
Oh yeah,
so much.
Yeah.
Shannon Elizabeth.
You know,
fire.
AOL.com.
The sound of like a VHS tape, like just for that, just to see those titties,
dude,
over and over again.
Those titties were bonkers.
I want to have these conversations, but with children at bus stops, like teenagers on their way home after school. I'm like, let me tell you, American Pie, I used to beat off my dick every single day after school. Where are you kids
Jack
going? You know, there used to be a place called Funko Land. I would go there sometimes, but mostly what I would do, it will just turn into Jack Lemmon. Hey, have you boys ever heard of beating off?
But he's not a pedophile. He just wants to fucking educate them.
Just give me a second here. You put your cell phone down. You don't need to call your parents. I'm telling you, this is gonna change your life. You have to listen to me. Shelly, is your name Shelly? Are you Shelly? Which one of you is Shelly? Shelly, you pull down your pants, okay? You get some Vaseline, so maybe some of your mommy's lotion from the bathroom. You wrap it around your dick, and you just start tugging on that thing like you're trying to rip it off.
Oh fuck. I've beat off to that all the time. I feel like I already said this, but Elijah Dushku in the New Guy, there's a bikini scene that
what a retarded movie.
Hilarious.
That, like, he's going to a new school, but we want people to think he's cool, so we're going to turn him into a different kind of faggot.
Right.
Instead of a nerd, he's a goth.
yeah. And he's got a big plot point is that his dick is crooked.
What's
like
the name
his dick is 90 degrees. That's how they identify him at the end. You see his dick and it's 90 degrees. And that was the initial incident that gets him so embarrassed he has to leave school. Someone bends his dick. That's the fucking plot of that movie. So then he goes to a different school, becomes a weird guy, whatever he is, and people think he's cool, but he definitely would have gotten beaten up. I think it's because Eddie Griffin is like watching out for him or something like that.
I don't remember Goths in my high school. I think that like just ended right when I got there.
Oh, we had Goths.
Did you?
Oh yeah, like fucking parachute pants. And like
I guess
suspenders.
My older stepsister had friends like that.
Oh man.
And I remember there was a guy that worked at the Cinnabon in Lake Forest Mall that was like full on goth with like the white eye contacts and black hair and the giant boots, but then like the Cinnabon hat. Like, welcome to Cinnabon. It's like such a fucking bizarre thing.
Yeah, I guess everyone we didn't have goths, we just had juggalos. Like, because juggalos are just white trash goths, I feel like.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's so we had all the parachute pants and all that shit, but they were all like just
I
a
had
lot of
one
Glen Burnie,
juggalo.
actually.
There's this kid Phil in my high school who was a juggalo who just used to come up to me and my friend Alex and just be like, "Sig Heil, dude. I think Hitler was good." And we'd be like, "All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Please don't kill me."
Sig Heil, dude.
Like, to
Dude.
fuck with you, to be anti-Semitic?
Yeah,
Or-
to make
okay.
us afraid.
How did he ever know you were Jewish?
I can't imagine. Maybe it was my friend wearing a yarmulke in public school. Jesus Christ.
I remember my stepsister
so embarrassing.
dated a guy that brought over like an Insane Clown Posse movie.
Hell yes.
Like a DVD that was like
Yeah.
filled with music videos. I forget what it was, and he like put it on, and I didn't know what Insane Clown Posse was at the time when I was like 15,
Right.
14 or 15 or something. And he was like, "Yeah, this is pretty cool." I'm like, "Is this supposed to be ironic? I don't like
Right.
fucking gay."
Yeah, it's not scary.
I don't get what this is. It just baffled me as a concept. Rapping clowns?
It makes
What the
no
fuck?
fucking
It
sense.
makes zero sense.
Weren't they just shitty Detroit rappers who
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
had a
They were, and then they found that clown gimmick.
And the soda.
Yeah.
Fago.
My ex-girlfriend used to like talk to this guy on AIM, and he was also my friend Andrew's roommate at one point. And this guy, he was a juggalo. Oh man, and I remember his room in their apartment. I went into his room one time in their apartment, and all he had was a fucking mattress on the floor, like 4 copies of High Times magazine, and then like a shitty like Sony CD player.
That's awesome.
And that was it. The guy had
Jesus
nothing
Christ.
else.
That's pretty.
And he was like 24 years old.
Oh my god.
Damn.
How old were you?
I was like 17.
Yeah, and he's hanging out with 17-year-olds.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was my friend's roommate.
Oh, okay.
Or,
okay.
Yeah. So I was hanging out with my friend.
Gotcha. Oh, you were cool. You were cool.
Yeah, I was real cool, dude. We used to go over to my friend's house, play GameCube, and drink beer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy taxi.
Fuck it, dude. I got a GameCube.
No, we
For
played
real.
Mario Party 4.
On GameCube?
Yeah, and get
Bunch
drunk.
of dudes.
Yeah, I just remember laughing. So I
Because it's a
remember.
party, dude.
Yeah, I remember laughing so hard. My friend, one time we were playing Mario Party 4, and then he's like, he's all fucked up. He's like, "Yo, who is this stunting in the red?" With some like painting game, and he tried to get like urban, and like he got upset.
Because he said stunting.
Yeah,
while
he was like,
mad.
"Who's this stunting in the red?" And it's like, we're playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
You taking this so seriously?
It is.
That guy was a nut job. He used to have like a door. I think it was like doors to a closet, like sliding doors. And he took off so he could just punch holes in them when he got angry. They just like were propped up against the wall.
What a fucking nerd. That
Yeah.
means he didn't punch those holes out of anger. That means he did him to look
Nah,
cool.
he did. That guy had a temper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, he definitely did it out of anger. But he was like, he had like some weird, his like emotions were always up and down. He was a nut job. He's like one of the funniest guys I used to hang out with. I remember there was one time we were driving somewhere, and I started mooning people outside of like the passenger side, and he thought it was so fucking funny. Like there was this, he had the car, and he was like lining us up with this old black lady. So my ass is like 2 feet away from her face while she's like trying to drive, and Andrew's like dying laughing, and like, you know, gas brakes, and she's trying to speed up, and then he'll speed up, just keeping my ass like balanced with her face, and he's like crying laughing, and I sit down, and she's like, "I don't want to see your white ass," and I was like, "Oh, sorry," you know. And then she drove off or whatever. But he thought it was like one thing I did one time, but then he became obsessed with mooning people. So he'd be like, Mullen, you got to moon this guy. You got to fucking moon this guy. I'm like, I don't want to moon this guy or whatever. So then he started
like every time you hang out,
he made me like drive him
your
around so he could do it. And then he just like didn't give a shit. You know, we'd be stopped at a red light and he'd be in the passenger seat and he'd be like, excuse me, sir, and like honking on the horn and then just stick his ass directly in someone's face, and we'd be sitting there for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if someone mooned you, you would just be like, okay.
Yeah.
You'd be like, that's one of the dumbest, like, who really gets mad
Was
at
it
mooning?
you were telling me you saw that like alt comic girl, like Bushwick alt comic girl that like did a bit where she was like mooning the audience,
Oh yeah.
but her pussy was
Yeah, you could sort of see her pussy, and she was like 2 feet away from me. I was like, I don't. All right, if you
Sounds
want.
Like sounds like a good bit.
I
mean,
do
I support-
stand up.
Yeah, I do characters.
I do characters. This character is I show everyone my pussy.
Yeah,
It's a bit.
yeah. That was at one of the Lorelai girls shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Lorelai's funny.
I forget who that girl was, but I saw her pussy. And now the listeners of Cumtown Premium I'll describe it to you.
What did it look like?
Like a fat, big, like a Louis Armstrong lips. You know, she got a cunt on it that could play trumpet for days. Yeah, she got one of them lips. She got one of them horn playing cunts.
Fuck, that's a good bit, man. I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
now I'm just like thinking back about all the times that guy fucking mooned people after that one incident.
Yeah,
it was
why
like
is that
6
weird?
months. He just
What's
couldn't-
that guy up to these days?
I don't know.
He's still
He moved
mooning
to like
people?
Louisiana, and then he's in like some long-term relationship with this girl. And they had this like awful fucking. This is boring. This is not funny.
Okay.
All right, on to something else.
Do you think he's
we've
still
already
mooning
fulfilled
people?
the time requirement. I felt like this episode was pretty good, but this is premium content, so we got to have some kind of bit that we're doing at the end.
Do we?
Yeah,
Should we suck each other's
always.
cocks?
Dude. Come on, we used to have bits. We used to do bits.
Yeah, we used to try hard.
I think
Do you
that
guys
people
like bits or do you not? Or
Shut the fuck up, dude. We're not asking them.
you're right. We tell them what.
Yeah,
the
we
fucking
tell
do.
them.
You're
yeah.
the fucking cattle, bitch.
Well, do you guys
We're the
wanna
fucking
do a
artists.
quick improv?
Oh, an improv scene?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So I need a location.
Your mother's pussy.
Okay, and I need an occupation.
OBGYN.
Okay.
You know, I was thinking about, you know how
So
there's
I
like
was-
ENTs, you know, ear, nose, and throat, and then there's
Yeah, yeah.
OBGYNs. It's like, you know, you're already spending that much in school. Why not like mix and match, and you can be like an ENV, like ear, nose, and vagina.
Yeah, no throat, just
Yeah.
vagina. No, just a throat,
Ear,
vagina.
no, I do nose, pussy, titty.
Nose, pussy, titty.
Yeah.
Nose, pussy, asshole. You gotta have pussy and asshole.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm a PA doctor.
I'm a throat pussy asshole.
I'm a
doctor.
belly button pussy asshole.
An ASS/PUSSY.
I was in school for that on
8 years.
on someone's door.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
fucking
Dr.
periods.
Jonathan Pritchard. ASS/PUSSY. That's the dumbest shit.
I love
Oh, that's good.
it. Seeing
Yeah.
that on like a plaque, fucking a diploma. Okay, all right, but we gotta do this improv scene. So, we're gynecologists in your mother, and we're in your mother's pussy.
Okay, we're inside. That's the location.
Yeah.
That's the location. Do you need anything else?
All right, who's in charge here?
I am, sir. I'm a.
No, I'm in charge.
Hey, who's this guy on first base?
This is my partner.
I'm who?
Yeah. This is my partner, Doctor Who, and he is a fellow gynecologist. We travel to women's pussies.
But I'm on first base.
I'm from France.
Hey, who's this French guy? Why is he?
I smell bad.
So basically, we've had this Frenchman stuck in this woman's pussy.
Oh, that's the
for-
problem. That's where the odor's coming
since
from.
the
It's
70s.
the Frenchman.
This is the same woman whose pussy killed Jim Morrison. in the
Daryl,
70s.
hey, Daryl, chill out, man. This is what you do every time.
What, Daryl?
Yeah, you're Daryl.
Oh, yeah, of course. Dr. Daryl. Dr. James Darryl.
Daryl Strawberry.
Dr. James Darryl
What's wrong with that?
Strawberry.
You're Daryl Strawberry, but you're a gynecologist.
Okay. So.
Blacker.
Is that?
You gotta do blacker.
Hey, I'm Daryl Strawberry.
Use the N-word.
Is
You
that
gotta say, use the N-word.
Is that the third base line, or is that a line of cocaine? Because
Call somebody a mayo-ass, crack-ass white boy.
in my opinion, Kurt Schilling is a mayo-ass, crack-ass white boy.
Oh, it's me, Kurt Schilling. But I'm Australian. It's me, Australian Kurt Schilling.
Hey, what's going on in my pussy?
This is so bad.
Some of the voices are coming out of my pussy.
All right, well, we did it. We did.
Yeah, that was a
And
good
scene.
improv.
That's
and
the kind of
scene.
shit, fucking dumb pieces of shit want to hear.
Yeah, we.
You know what I always loved?
What's that?
Those big ass pennies you would get at the gift shop.
Hell yeah, that you stretch
the
out.
Huge, the big fucking pennies, the ones you can use as coasters,
Yeah.
the dimes that are the wrong size.
You're just talking about coasters.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But they look like pennies.
Okay, all right.
They're like-
I dated a girl whose fear was objects that weren't the size that they were supposed
really?
to be.
Because I love that kind
Yeah.
of shit.
So
like a pencil that's like 6 feet tall. She would just cry if she saw
really,
it.
or like
Yeah.
a dick that's like 6 inches or bigger. You know?
Yeah.
That would be
Things that are
weird.
the wrong size.
Yeah, wrong size.
You know,
That's-
a big secret about me that I don't tell anyone is I have a half moon shaped asshole. It's like a little crescent moon.
Do you shit out little like cookie
I do.
dough?
Yeah. It's a big secret. I always have to like, if I use a public restroom, I pick the turd up and I roll it in paper towels and I put it in the trash can so no one will find it.
Yeah.
I guess I could flush it, but I'm worried that it goes to a poo inspection
It does.
station.
Where
they make sure no one's crapping out, shapes.
Mm-hmm. Because you get killed right away.
In Obama's America.
Oh yeah.
Do we got any product reviews that we were gonna do?
Yeah, we the Dunkin' Donuts croissant, sausage, egg, and cheese. I'm gonna review that.
I have that a lot actually.
It's pretty good, right?
It is
How about
pretty
this?
good.
Or that was very good. So that's the
Yeah.
product review. The tater tots at fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Very good.
shockingly
God.
good.
yeah, very
Mamma
good.
mia.
Maron.
Maron. Yeah.
This is the best fucking tater tot I ever had.
They got some fucking weird.
What does tater tot mean? It's supposed to be like a potato's child.
Yeah, we're eating their children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. I wouldn't like it if somebody ate my children, folks.
Guys,
they
we're doing
gotta
bits-
change the name. Change the name of these things. Who's out here eating these
Who's that?
tater tots? These New York comedian.
Uh-huh.
Like as much as we bitch about like how shitty the comics are now, imagine being like a guy that wasn't a complete idiot in the fucking early '90s that had to tolerate a New York comedy scene that was filled with people doing just the worst observational.
The absolute worst.
I do a kind of a Seinfeld thing. I do observational material.
And it was either them or Dice clones. That's the only two type of comics that existed.
Or the alt guys who were just wanted to be like, we need to start a revolution, man. Like the fucking. Have you ever
But they
watched
came
old
after that,
Marin
I think.
videos from the early '90s?
No.
Oh my god, he just wants to be Lenny Bruce so bad. He's just like,
Sucks.
yeah, man. Like this country's falling apart, man, and we need a revolution. But you know what? There is a new Batman movie out in theaters, so
I love it.
that's the bit. Yeah.
Solid bit.
He's so funny. It's such a surprise that his career tanked and he had to switch to podcasting.
I can
Unlike me.
Glass houses.
Excuse me, my fucking house is made out of wood. I built it myself.
Nah, this shit
Not a
sucks, dude.
single piece of glass. I don't know. I feel like stand-up's kind of ruined anymore.
No, I mean, I don't know.
It's not as fun as it used to be.
It's just because we're in New York and it fucking sucks here, dude. We don't get it's like hard, and it's like you gotta fucking.
I was talking about
it's not
doing a
as
tour
fun.
with Jake. I still want to do that. I gotta buy that van. Guys, if you're out there, we're starting a van fund.
We should
I'm buying.
also.
I'm trying to buy. An E series, probably an E250.
Oh,
looking at like the 2008 first year of the facelift, something used, something under 10 grand.
All right.
But sub 100k miles. which is kind of hard to find, but I think I can do it. But you guys are going to have to buy it for me. You're going to have to donate money.
This is in addition to the what you're already donating.
In addition to the premium services, which will be going up to $25 a month after this episode. We gave you a taste, and I feel we were way too generous, and you took advantage of us.
It's true.
By letting me do an episode where we just did cocaine and one of us wasn't here. It was your fault. It was absolutely your fault.
It's not our fault. I was trying to say that.
This is exactly why we make ourselves available on social media, to prevent me from doing things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We should do Cumtown. We should take it on the road. Some guy was tweeting. We should talk about this later. Who cares? But nice, man.
I took a picture next to Cuyahoga Lake where I was this weekend. And this dude's like, I live at Cuyahoga Lake. I love the podcast. Do you want to hang out? Yeah.
Oh, actually, in Vermont, a fan came he had a hat that said Cumtown. Carl, shouts out Carl for fucking.
Hell yeah, Carl.
Carl, you rock.
We're gonna count on you to get to be one of our new premium subscribers at $55 starting next month.
Yeah.
For the cost of a child in Africa a day, you can sponsor the greatest podcast.
Podcast revolution, baby. Start a revolution, man.
I don't know. I had dinner with my family tonight. They were talking about some podcast where two women talk about their favorite murders. I think that's Karen.
It's Too Many White Men.
Too Many White Men.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we need, dude. We need a proud,
I'm a loud type of sister.
We ain't need no
It's
man-ass cracker type of white boy podcast. And that's honestly, I mean, I think that's really what people want, is three white men taking the other white guys to fucking task.
Oh yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I know that we like to get risque, but for you to keep saying cracker around me and stuff, I just don't like the word.
Well, I'm a Mediterranean American.
Oh yeah, you're
I'm not white.
I'm Jewish too.
I'm posturing.
Yeah.
I had learned that.
Are there are there anti-cracker activists?
Absolutely,
guys that
dude.
really get offended by it, that hear it and they're like, oh my word, cracker.
That's the joke you were doing.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
But are there really people like that?
Yeah. Why wouldn't there be? Seriously, why
people do it all the time. I love when it's look, there's bad white people. As the way to use the N-word, it's there's bad black people and there's good black people.
Listen, guys, cracker is worse than the N-word, and you can't change my mind. You can't change my mind.
My thing is why did they have to take the N-word? You know, I mean, there's so many other slurs that I would have happily gotten rid of.
Like what?
I don't know, coon.
Sure.
That one sounds weird.
I don't like that one.
It's like an animal, though.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
I don't know.
Raccoon.
It's such a funny word. You know what? It's only funny because you can't say it.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I think so.
And there's probably something real there. I mean, a lot of people will shit on you if you say, I only want to say it because you said I can't say it. But that is real.
Oh, definitely.
To be honest, imagine if there was an entire race of people that just had a big red button on their head that said, do not push.
Absolutely.
And
how many children, number one,
I had to walk around as, almost with a Tourette's inability to I'm not gonna push the button, but I'm gonna be staring at that button and thinking about pushing it the entire time.
And how funny it's gonna be to push it really hard in front of a lot of people.
Yeah. It's oh hey man, how are you? How's that button doing? Oh yeah, I don't notice it either. That's a great hat. You went pink this evening?
I just got this hat.
You got a lot of champagne colored clothes, I feel.
Yeah, well, I think it's coming back a little bit,
I don't think it ever went away.
Yeah,
it's a great color.
Yeah.
It's a color of nipples. Women's nipples.
White women's nipples.
White women's nipples.
Yeah. Pink or champagne?
Pinkies.
Champagne.
Rosé?
Champagne.
I like a pink nip.
I love the bits where we just say a thing in a funny voice. That's very Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Jerry, should we order the champagne? Well, that's a weird word. Who says that? Champagne. Champagne. Those are the episodes that let Jerry write, I think.
Boy. Well, this has been a great piece of premium content, I think.
I think so, too.
I mean, here's the deal. We're already 17 minutes over our contractually obligated amount of time we got to fill. So I feel great.
Our contract with America.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel great about how, I don't know. That last premium one was such a fucking piece of shit.
There's some good tidbits, and we didn't even talk about Irwin. I think the next one we really.
I think let's just talk about Irwin now.
No,
Let's
let's
save that
save
for the
it.
next one.
I think it was a piece of shit, but the next night we had Funny Moms, and you riffed out a couple jokes from that terrible podcast that ended up being funny on stage.
No, none of it was. The only thing that was funny was that bit that I've been doing for like 9 years.
No, you had a good set.
No, you had a good set.
You fucking self-hating, self-doubting piece of shit.
This coffee tastes like
Come.
wood.
Mm-hmm. That's what I like. I like everything to taste woody.
Yeah, it's got like a smoky, woody flavor.
Wines, yeah.
We do coffee reviews on here.
Oh yeah, what kind of coffee is that? What kind of roast?
Cafe Du Monde coffee.
Is it actually?
New Orleans
directly
style?
from Cafe Du Monde.
They got beignets there.
Beignets.
Beignets.
We went there. Remember when we cut the line
Yep.
and went to Cafe Du Monde?
Yeah.
We had a holiday in New Orleans.
I went the year after.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, I fucking miss going down there. If we got any Cumtown fans down there in New Orleans that want the Cum
Tell them
Boys
to book us.
to visit,
Yeah, we'll come.
we need probably about $600 each for plane
We
tickets.
could probably get on festivals like that as the Cum Boys, right? To do Cumtown.
Fuck that festival. I'm not doing it anymore because he started charging comics. I don't have many principles, but that's one of them. I'm not going to do a festival if they charge comedians.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I agree with that. But if they want us to do our podcast, we'll
No,
pay
we could just book something
$400.
outside of that. Look, if you're a Cumtown fan, you're in New Orleans, go to venues. Tell them they need to shell
Burn it,
out
break it down, and write Cumtown
$9,000
rules.
for each of us,
Mhm.
so we can come down there. I need Surge in my green room. I need a
Mhm.
6-pack of Surge. I don't care where you get it, but get it.
Mhm.
It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
I am not performing without a 6-pack of Surge. And I want Dreamcast in there. I want to
Oh, hell yeah.
play Sonic Adventure
And Crazy
2
Taxi.
and Crazy Taxi and Virtua Fighter. I'm trying to remember Dreamcast
Virtua
games.
Fighter,
I
that's
never had
right.
Dreamcast.
A friend had it. It was fucking cool. Why
Yeah.
did it bomb so bad? Who cares?
I don't know.
That destroyed the company.
PlayStation?
Yeah, probably because of PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it was kind of in the weird middle
PlayStation
ground.
2 was the best console ever.
Yeah, it really was.
You can play
Yeah.
DVDs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation
I
2
wanna
is...
when the fuck are we gonna get PS4s, man?
Yeah, what the fuck,
I
Phil?
think
Guys, keep tweeting at Phil. How do they get at him?
Tweet at Phil, get your bitch ass into Sony, and you tell them, get the... Okay, we got to end this episode.
bye guys.
See
I have
ya.
to pee so bad. I'm
All right,
literally standing
Good
up.
night, folks.
Bye.
Okay, welcome to bonus content.
This is a bonus episode.
This is we're
Is
gonna
this going to be the first bonus
this
episode?
is the first bonus content. I
Oh,
was gonna
God.
do
People are paying their hard-earned money for this one.
yeah. Well, you know what? You're in this is like behind the actor's studio.
Yep.
You know, it's like it's like DVD commentary.
Yeah, I'm James Lipton. And
So we're gonna play old episodes and then comment on them. We're gonna play old episodes in their entirety, and then me and you are gonna comment.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be 5 people talking,
Oh, there we go.
and 2 of them are the same people twice.
Yeah, and Stav, the ghost
Yeah.
of Stav.
Stav's not here, so bonus means less. It's actually the Latin word for less than,
and worse.
Yeah. Bone. It comes from. It means. Well, bonus means penis in Latin.
It does.
It's a hard penis.
Yeah.
And as we know, men are the rapist sex of the two. They oppress women and keep them down. You know what I was thinking about, and you'll disagree with this, but if I'm
open to hearty debate.
Okay, well, I feel like if there really was like a huge conspiracy to keep women down, because sometimes it seems like that. Like that's the criticism, not that things are just better for men, but there's like a active collusion. Like, why wouldn't we just imprison and rape all of them? I mean, we could do it. There's enough of us that we could do it. Like, if we really wanted to have a patriarchy, we could make that happen pretty easily.
Wait, that's the evidence that you have, is that they're not imprisoned and being raped?
Yeah. Where's my sex slave?
Well, first of all, in a lot of places in the world, they are imprisoned and raped. So yeah, you're wrong there. Second of all, I don't know.
Not here.
I think that's
not my apartment.
No, well,
where it matters.
True.
But this is kind of good shit you're gonna get out of the fucking bonus content, dude. I don't have to worry about some dumb bitch listening to this.
Yep, because they get paid less money, so they can't afford
it.
The $5.
It also costs more for them to make up for how much I had to pay to get into the Cinder Block Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the all women's.
Yeah.
Comedy
Well,
festival?
it's the one where they make white men pay more.
Wait, I thought that it was just women. No?
Ow. The cat just bit me.
Yeah.
It's they let white men do it, but they're trying to have like a diverse showcase.
So white men have to pay more?
White men had to pay more to submit. And then, you know what's funny? Like, all these women were like, fuck yeah, like making them pay more. And it's like, well, you're still paying, so you're being exploited. I think we talked about it probably on another.
I don't know what I was.
We never talked. Okay, so if you don't know, there's this festival. And I'm glad I can talk shit about it because none of them will pay for the bonus content. Bonus content. We got to get a cool. You know what's funny? The Anthony Cumia Studios guys like approached me for real about putting Cumtown on the Anthony Cumia network.
Well, only if they get office space at the top of the Empire State Building.
I already told them we're already at the better studio, the real Anthony Cumia studio with the Puerto Rican rattlesnake as your producer. But so these girls started a comedy festival called the Cinder Block Comedy Festival. And they were taking submissions, which is already fucked up. Like, it's fucked up to charge comedians to perform at the festival.
Comedy festivals in general are a racket.
It's this broken business model that they all started fucking doing, and then every new festival that pops up, they justify charging comedians to submit by saying, like, well, look who did it prior. Like, Bridgetown makes probably like $50,000 a year. Off submissions alone. And then they don't pay anybody.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and then they don't pay anybody. And then they have sponsors, and then it's like, oh, well, we break even. It's like, how do you break even? By, paying yourselves to do the work for a couple weeks?
After our $50,000 salary.
Yeah, right. There's no way to justify it. You couldn't, if you opened a restaurant, you couldn't not pay any of your employees and then say like, well, we still just broke even. It's like, no, that's a shitty business. It's
for the networking. That's what it's for, Nick. You gotta go there and be like, Nick Mullen, New York City Comedy, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's like a trade convention. That's what comedy festivals are.
So these whores, they started their own festival, see? And they started their own festival, and then to as a fuck you to the wage gap, they were charging white men $25 to submit, and women only 19 something, whatever is 73% of 25 is.
Ooh.
But you're still just charging women. So you have like fucking diversity festival, and then you set it up so like, hey, we're going to discourage white men from applying, so we're only going to be exploiting women and minorities. And it's stupid. It's like, and if you tried to argue with them about it, they would be like, oh, white male tears, and then they'd post that fucking, all their white male tears memes.
Who runs it?
This girl, Corey Spencer, I guess. But anyhow, Lewis got into it with them over that thing, and then so Lewis just started his own festival where he didn't charge anyone to submit. Yeah. And he like put together in like 2 months and paid all the comedians just to prove that you could do it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, it's impossible. How are we supposed to, like put all this together? Websites cost money. It's like, okay, well, comedy costs money. You can't find a web designer to make your website for free for exposure.
Oh, in New York, it's impossible.
Yeah. So, yeah, they took all this fucking money, and I guess that festival's happening in like 2 weeks, so we'll see if...
the Cinder Block?
Yeah, we'll see if it's a complete failure. Fingers crossed.
Well, I'm going to be outside protesting. That's what I'm going to be doing.
I'm going to be raping. I'm going to do rape even twice as much as I normally do to make up for it. Guys, we have maybe a slight technical issue. I can't remember whether I fucking erased the last show off the SD card or not.
So we might not even be recording?
No, we're recording, but it might just cut off at any minute. But here's the thing. We don't have Stav here, so we don't have to worry about it.
Because his laughs require more memory.
Well, he's so fat that he takes up more space on the SD card.
The memory card.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that about fat people, but any kind of technology that is like they need heavy-duty keyboards because they're fucking huge fingers.
They need bigger hard drives for their computers.
Yeah,
because they're for the fat.
Yeah, it also keeps the crumbs out. He can't help himself but eat at the fucking computer. And it'll be weird to see if we can fill an hour without Stav just calling someone a gay bitch and then laughing for 5 minutes.
Really, I think that's about 35% of our content as it stands.
I want to take an episode and just edit it down to Stav's laughter. And
just a supercut of Stav laughing? Yeah. That'd be so funny. Like an hour supercut?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
And see how long it goes.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's like makes the show a lot better.
It makes it easier to do, certainly. For me. It makes you feel funnier.
For sure.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't laugh for anyone.
Right, I don't either. People have accused me of being, retarded or autistic.
No. I watched, speaking of Inside the Actors Studio, Dave Chappelle said he never laughs. So. Yeah. So we're cool.
So I'm like Dave Chappelle.
We're basically Dave Chappelle.
Very similar to Dave Chappelle. You know what? I did, I had a callback for a commercial audition this week. And so, you go to a commercial callback and everyone looks like you. You're going for the same role. Right. So that's really all it is. It's like you have the same look as somebody. Yeah. And guess who I saw at the callback for the role that I was going, which was just like some bullshit for like an energy company. For the same role as me, Aaron, the UCB rapist.
No.
Yeah, he was there. He's like checking in and stuff. And
how's he doing?
He came up. He was like, he saw me. He's like, "How's it going?" And I was like, "Probably better than it is for you." And he's like, "No, I'm doing okay, actually." I was like, "Are you?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then I don't know. He mentioned some legal stuff that's going on. And I don't know if I can.
Probably should.
Yeah, he already has a lawyer, so people knows that he's like, I guess, suing
guilty.
them. Yeah,
he's
guilty. Yeah,
he got a lawyer, so that means he's guilty.
Well, check this out. He got Atticus Finch. Have you heard of this guy?
Oh,
he's
no.
Great.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Is he the guy that rhymes all the?
Yeah.
That's the best thing about Johnny Cochran.
Yeah,
is that he was singing rhymes.
Yeah.
And so he got people off because of like cool.
If the dick's too small, you can't enclose him in walls.
Yeah,
you can't put him in jail.
That convinced me.
If the pussy ain't toe up, then my man, you can't stow up. You gotta let him go.
Yeah. Something like that.
It is called the Johnny Cochran, aka the whoever smelt it dealt it principle of jurisprudence.
I think they teach that class in law schools.
Yeah, now. At Harvard Law.
Yeah.
Whoever smelt it dealt it, and if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. But yeah, no, I saw Aaron the rapist there. And then it was a bummer about. I thought I was booked to do Star Wars related stand-up.
Oh, this is really embarrassing, Nick.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't think it's embarrassing. Well, here's the story is I get a message.
Well, it's not embarrassing. It's just really like I can imagine how you're feeling right now. I would feel like crap.
I mean, I didn't want to do it. It would have just been bizarre.
It would have been so funny.
It would have been so much money.
Is it still the same amount of money?
No, it's for some fucking guy's birthday. Anyhow, somebody messages me and they say, and they're like, and it's somebody I trust. They're like, we need somebody to do 15 minutes of Star Wars material at Anna Wintour's birthday party.
For a lot of cum boys who probably don't know who that is.
The editor-in-chief of Vogue. She's the mean bitch from Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
So that character is entirely based on Anna Wintour.
Right.
And
she always wears sunglasses.
Yeah, and I was like, why the fuck? I mean, yes, of course I'll do it. And I'm like, I don't even have... The guy who hit me up, he was like, oh, I just heard you mention Star Wars on your podcast, so I figured I'd recommend you. Because
Did we mention Star Wars?
Yeah, I said something about the new one,
Chinese.
The Chinese new one.
That was very funny, actually, now that I remember.
Well, I was trying to riff stuff out, and I started doing Black Comic talking about C-3PO.
Oh, yeah.
Which, that might even be too racist for bonus content, but that's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Black Comic is the best.
Of course. I was personally raised as a kid on Comic View and Def Comedy Jam. Yeah. That was the first stand-up I was
That's the thing you're kind of spoiled by in DC is there's so many good, like, black comics.
Where is that scene in New York?
I don't know. Probably in the Bronx.
We used to, like, come into contact with, like, the urban scene all the time in DC.
The urban scene's great. Because it's, like... They're the funniest fucking people in the world.
Oh, hilarious.
But there's nothing marketable about that material. There's no way. Dude, that fucking Lawrence Owens bit about the glasses. Have you seen it? He's like, I can't be no thug because I got an astigmatism. You can't be no thug with no big ass glasses. And then he's just crossing his eyes. And he's like, where's the M word I'm supposed to murder? And he's like getting up close to the mic stand and staring at it with his eyes crossed. He's like, this him right here. It's the funniest shit, dude.
First of all, astigmatism does not mean you're cross-eyed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Second of all, that's incredible.
Yeah, he had like the best act outs and shit. Lawrence was always hilarious.
Well, that's the thing is like I feel like in urban comedy, people are performing, you know?
Right.
And like white boy comic book comedy that like we come into contact with.
You're supposed to act like a bitch.
You just stand there, you hold the mic stand. Personally, I don't know what to do
notes on stage
with my hands when I'm on stage.
In urban comedy, not only like first of all, if your suit has less than 9 buttons on it, you're already unprofessional.
Of course.
Can you imagine if you brought your notes on stage?
No.
How fucking unprofessional that is.
Oh, no way.
I want to blend both the worlds and get like a purple American Apparel hoodie that's way too big and has 19 buttons on it. And I'm going to be the black hipster comedian.
The black comic book.
Yeah.
What's up, nerds?
Yeah. Woo! Y'all like Batman? Let me get a motherfucking... what does Batman say?
That dude, Alex.
That would be a great,
Alex Starr.
Yeah, that'd be a great character, like the urban comic that's trying to rejuvenate his career, so he becomes like a meltdown guy.
A third comic.
Yeah. Woo! You know I can't get no damn days. You know I can. Pizza for breakfast? What is adulthood? Somebody tell me what adulthood is.
So I just joined Tinder.
Yeah, I'm on Tinder now. Look, I like comic book. I'll admit it. I like comic books. The whole crowd.
So sue me.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much.
All right, so
I got a cold from like a group sex experience. My immune system's literally too Jewish to like. There's too many orifices.
It's always a humble brag. Every time any kind of thing, it's like, oh, I hurt my dick fucking 9 people at once.
Yeah, I guess it's a humble brag.
That is a humble brag.
Well,
what a roundabout way.
Let me tell you something. You know, so a dream of mine my entire life is, 2 girls fooling around.
2 girls at the same time. Office Space. 1999. A classic.
Yeah.
Please don't look up what your Office Space
I never want that ever again.
What, a group sex thing?
Mm-mm.
Was it bad? Was one of the girls Brandon Mordell?
No. Neither of the girls were Brandon, but it was it was just too much anxiety. I felt like if I was paying too much attention to one person, I wouldn't.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was one that I was clearly more attracted to than the other, and I didn't want the other one to know that I was more attracted to the one, so that I'd like, if I was paying too much attention, I'd have to go back and forth to the others.
Yeah, that's the thing that you have to worry about in a situation. Like if you're dating somebody and they're like, oh, we should...
Let's bring someone in.
Right. Just like, absolutely not. Then no matter
you
what,
said
you're
no.
going to be mad.
I've always tried. Whenever
Really?
I've had a girlfriend. Yeah.
I don't know. No, I wouldn't do it. It's just you're going to get yourself in trouble no matter what you do. You can't. There's no way it's not going to turn out to be a problem.
Just the second your dick goes in.
Yeah. Excuse me. Like, all right, never mind. This was your idea.
It was literally your idea.
It's like the same thing. Like
Your best friend.
when you make a decision about which restaurant you want to go to, and then it's my fault that they don't have the shit you want on the menu.
Oh, of course.
It's like that. It's entirely that situation. So
Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
I feel like on the podcast, I tend to say things like that more than you and Stav, because
like
you
what?
have a girlfriend.
That's true.
And Stav, I don't know.
Stav's too fat to fuck.
He's too fat. That's...
I was like, I love when people like.
I literally talked about getting gagged by a sex slave.
Well, people, yeah,
like on the podcast.
People give like feedback about the show, and sometimes they say I can't tell who's who.
Really?
And, yeah, and I'll be like, oh, Stav's the fat one. Yeah, he's the one that you can hear.
Can you hear?
Can you hear that?
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. That's the best part about having a fat friend is you get to make fun of him. You know?
I guess.
That's why you should.
I don't make fun of him for being fat, though.
Well, not to his face.
We do to his face all the time.
I guess. But he gives, it's a give and take. I think that's fine. So we were prepared for this. We were a little bit worried that it would be kind of a struggle to fill.
Are we gonna?
Yeah. So we have leftover blow from last weekend, which I just wouldn't say outright if this were a regular episode, but it's a bonus episode.
Could the police find out about this?
No, dude, they're not allowed to donate to things.
If we talk about
number one rule of police work is you're never allowed to donate to charity or help anybody. You only kill. You're born to kill.
So I guess we had leftover drugs from a couple weeks ago, and I brought it. I said maybe we could do it on the podcast. My inspiration was the only known recording session of John Lennon and Paul McCartney. They recorded this album.
Wait, what do you mean the only known recording? What about all of the Beatles?
Post Beatles was in, I think, 1974. They recorded an album called A Toot and a Snore, Toot and a Laugh, A Toot and something, and it was them. Basically, John Lennon moved to LA, broke up with Yoko, got a different Chinese girlfriend, got addicted to coke, only wore white, and Paul McCartney came out, and they got studio space. It was them, Stevie Wonder, and Harry Nilsson, and you can actively hear them doing cocaine on the recording. There's like a part where John Lennon offers Stevie Wonder coke.
So it's like they invented like the weed toke on the track.
Exactly. That's an homage. Every time we rip huge bangers, smoke huge spliffs on the pod, we're doing that for the Beatles. But yeah, there's a part where he's like, "Hey Stevie, you want a toot?" And he offers a blow. Oh, and the music, by the way, is terrible.
Yeah.
It's
I would imagine it would be.
Just like this podcast is about to be.
Right. And do you know that, what's the, I don't know if it's like a Doors. I don't know that much about the Doors, but there's something that's not on a Doors album, and it's just Jim Morrison yelling, "You gotta fuck her in the ass," and it's like a song that he recorded.
No.
yeah. There's some Jim Morrison song. No, it's real, dude. Where he's just like, "You gotta fuck her in the ass."
Oh my god, my favorite poet.
I mean, the Doors music is already so fucking stupid to begin with.
Felix retweeted this thing. Did you see it? It was like 3 photographs. The first is like, this is a drawing made by Jim Morrison when he was like in middle school or something. And then it's a picture of the drawing, and then there's a quote on the drawing. Oh man, I should have like had it prepared what it was, but it is so funny.
Well,
okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's not the way to do that. Well, just explain it. You don't have to show
it. Is it's a picture of like a scary monster man with a spear, and then the sentence is, "It only hurts when I laugh."
No, that's cool, dude. He could have been like a Hot Topic buyer.
Oh yeah, he would have been so Hot Topic if he was like born.
No, he could have worked at Hot Topic corporate. I used to live with a guy that did that.
That like bought the shirts.
Dude, he worked his way up from Hot Topic, just regular retail employee, and he was so Hot Topic that they moved him to Los Angeles and made him like a buyer for the brand. And when I met this guy, he had the best style in the world because he would dress like the Joker, but only from the waist up. So
he just wear like jeans?
Well, yeah, from waist down, it was like Kirkland brand jeans and then like store brand hiking shoes. And then, waist up, he would have like a vest, like a purple vest with a green tie and then a red bowler hat. But yeah, he was a Hot Topic buyer.
So what time is it right now?
We are at 22 minutes. So that was
what time is it in the afternoon?
7:35 p.m.
Okay, so it's 7:35 p.m. We're going to do these drugs. It's far too early to do drugs, I think.
Well, I can't stay up that long. I got shit to do tomorrow. So we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back, and you know what we're doing. So see you in a second. So you got Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, and those are just 3 of the baseball players that I can name in succession.
That's what I would say.
I know. Welcome back, guys. So we're good. We're good to go.
We're good.
We're ready to have any.
I feel good.
I feel okay. Any. Really, nothing's changed.
Yeah, it really hasn't hit us yet. We're kind of playing.
We thought it'd be funny to like riff it out, and then I started with a thing, and then it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it didn't really go.
Adam just did yes weld me instead of a yes and. You did yes well. You go. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. How about
I had to judge one of those roast battles at the stand.
You did this week, right?
Yeah, I did this week. Evan Williams.
Was he good?
Yeah. Evan and Christy Cello were both like really fucking good.
She's so funny.
Yeah, they both did real well. The lead-in matchups were kind of like Andrew Collins and Lawrence something. They did all right, but Lawrence was getting in Andrew's face, which like would have worked if it had been, I think, 2 black guys, but it just kind of read weird, and then it was mostly white people in the audience, so they didn't understand his aggression, and it was just like his rhetorical style.
I feel like Andrew's more of like a story guy.
Well, Andrew's a better joke writer.
Yeah.
I mean, Lawrence didn't really prepare with jokes. He was just like, I'm gonna fuck your grandma. Yeah.
All right,
like that
first
kind of
round,
shit.
let's go.
Yeah. And then it was 2 other guys that had kind of okay jokes about each other, like 2 open micers. And then this guy and this girl who were both like new, because the guy I've never seen at all. I mean, I'm sure he's like new to town, and this girl Andrea, who I've seen like one time at Caroline's, who's like obviously just new to comedy or whatever, which is fine. It's whatever. But at one point, she said something to him, and his rebuttal was, "Well, I could say the same thing about you," which, in the context of a roast battle, is so fucking funny. And he just did it out of like being defensive or whatever. Yeah. Like if that had been his strategy the entire time, like anytime she said something and be like, well, I know you are, but what am I? I would have fucking voted for him.
They get mad if anyone like
fucks around with the format.
Comedies.
Yeah. Because me and Stav are like gonna compliment each other, but I know Stav had been writing for that shit for fucking days.
He was fronting like, I just came up with jokes before. He had them all like memorized.
No, I legitimately sat down for like
sip of that water.
Yeah, I legitimately sat down for like 4 hours and like wrote probably 20 jokes for that Stavros battle beforehand. But I know Stav fucking prepared. He's not a guy. He doesn't not prepare.
4 hours and 20 jokes sounds like preparing. Too.
He works hard. For a real big fat guy, he definitely works hard. That's the thing. You think fat people are...
Really hard.
You think they're lazy, but But he's obviously not lazy because he worked at that shitty website for so long. That would kill me.
Oh, ground floor comedy.
To be working at that place and having to
laugh at bad jokes.
Yeah, right. Laugh at bad jokes. I mean, he does it with us all the time, which is great. But
yeah. Well, that's why he's our friend.
Yeah, I know. But no, I mean, he's our friend because he's funny, and he's funnier than anybody else at that company, I'd say.
Ground floor comedy.
Yeah. At that thing.
You mean child porn times?
Yeah. Child porn, extreme internet. That was the name of the place. Yeah. So, if you're just joining us, if you're just tuning in somehow, if you'd like to, download. I like to download a podcast and then just get started right about 3/4 of the way through. That's my move. I like to think that I'm like just flipping channels and I come across it. Who knows?
Unless you're listening to WTF with Mark Maron, you're not skipping the beginning of a podcast.
Right. I had an idea. I was saying my dream.
My cat.
My dream, it'll never happen, but I really want, if I could sell a show, I want to have a show on IFC called Mark, where I don't ever say I'm Mark Maron, but I just act like him, and it airs for 5 minutes right before his show, and it's the same format and everything, where I'm like, what is this fucking bookstore? Who goes to this fucking place? Well, I guess I'm here, but I'm a fucking piece of shit, so it's just a piece of shit store, and then it's like, coming up next, Maron on IFC, and
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Stretched over 22
Right,
minutes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I hear it's a good show, actually.
From who? From Mark?
From Mark Maron,
yeah.
One of something I did a couple weeks ago was I woke up way too early and checked my phone habitually and didn't go back to sleep because I read for like 2 hours from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Mark Maron arguing with Trump people on Twitter, and it is
fuck off, troll.
Shut up, troll.
You fucking idiot, troll.
I'm 55 years old, troll.
Yeah. Speaking of Mark Maron, so for the bonus thing, I wanted to just do, give Dickfield his own spin-off podcast. I haven't figured out how Dickfield comes back into existence yet. We were toying around with the idea of a portal opening to another dimension.
The dimension where he didn't die at Auschwitz?
Well, you ever see the TV show Sliders?
Yeah. So,
essentially, another universe version of Seth. And then that opens up the possibility of infinite Seths.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite novel, Infinite Seths.
Infinite Seth. Yeah. By David Foster Wallace.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a cool punny kind of.
Hey, we got to be on, dude. We got to be on. We're 5 minutes in. We got another 4.5 hours to go.
Woo! Well, we're going to have to call the guy, dude.
Which guy?
The drugs man.
Oh, the drugs man?
No. So, it's so funny when you do this drug, like it's, the point of drugs, right? Like after you're like 15 years old is to do them and act like you're not on them, right? So like if you ever smoke weed with a noob and they're like, oh, I am so baked. You're like, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. You're supposed to act like you're not high on weed. But this one for me is like the one where I extra try.
Well, that's because it costs so much fucking money that you never want to feel like you got ripped off. It'd be like, if you bought there's people out there driving like a fucking, like a Hyundai. Hyundais aren't bad. Like they're driving a really piece of shit car that they spent a lot of money on. They're like, I love it. I love this car. This car's great. It's on fire. The children are dead in the back seat. They're like, this is the best car I've ever seen. I love it. It's great. And it's the same thing with this shit. I just spent $100.
Yeah, it's really,
I make $9.75 an hour. So this is the best drug I've ever had.
You got to keep doing it. Yeah. And the best line or bump or whatever is the first one of the night.
Yeah.
And then you drop off. You get energy. You drop off. You do another one. You never actually get to that same point.
I love the night always ends the same exact way with me in complete darkness, chewing a hole through my lip and playing Candy Crush, thinking about all the people I shouldn't have emailed.
Do you send emails?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I draft. There's a lot of shit that ends up in the draft folder. And the next day, it's like, thank God.
One time, I did cocaine with Englishman Chris Milner.
Yeah.
And it was the night Muhammad Ali died.
Oh, you told me the story. This is great.
we were doing lines, and he emailed his dad because his dad loved Muhammad Ali. And
Yeah.
he wrote this really beautiful, heartfelt email. And it was just so funny. It's just like crushing emails, like doing rails, crushing emails.
Yo, you know when I'm really good at email? When I'm fucking lit, dude. When I hit the slopes, send some emails. So I was on this job with remember that guy Ed that we don't like?
Oh, which guy?
The guy we worked with, Ed.
Oh, the like camera guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he was back?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah.
So
someone married him? He's married?
He's married, I guess. But so I was bitching about him with this other guy we know. And he was like, nobody likes him. Nobody likes this guy.
Uh-huh.
And he does the most obnoxious shit I've ever seen in my entire life. But he was complaining about something on the call sheet, and he was sending the complaints to, the guy we know. And the way he was sending the complaints was with memes. He had a meme generator on his phone.
Horrible.
And he's
horrible.
So it's like, he showed me, here, I'll just show you the fucking text messages. You say something for 2 seconds.
What?
Talk about Syria.
Syria. Someone I saw Randy Quaid. You know that guy?
Yeah.
He posted a picture that.
Look, okay. Forget about Randy Quaid. Look at the text.
Sorry, yeah.
Look how obnoxious that is.
Wait, first of all, this is the guy from Futurama doing the like squinty sarcastic.
Yeah,
face.
it's Fry. It's the Fry meme.
Yeah,
Fry.
Yeah. Not sure if an early call time helps me get out sooner tomorrow or screws me over with turnaround.
Yeah, and look at.
Not sure if we're rapping at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m.
Yeah, imagine having to deal with that all day long from that guy.
Are you fucking
having a
kidding
coworker
me?
that will only communicate with you through memes? He's
the worst person in the world.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
That's egregious.
Yeah. So should we talk about what Aleppo is for our Gary Johnson? I feel like everybody listens to this is voting for Gary Johnson.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like we definitely have some libertarian.
Yeah.
What's a libtard? Like, what's their retard term?
What, libertarian? Libertarian.
Libtard is liberal.
Libertarian.
Libertarian is libertarian. It's a good one. Yeah.
Libertarian sounds like a zodiac sign.
Libertarian sounds like a.
Well, my star sign is libertarian, but I was born in rising Cancer, so
it sounds like a planet that they.
I'm very aggressive, but I'm also passionate. I love how like all the horoscopes are like, well, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm actually the smartest person in the world, but I can also be emotional. It means it's like people just fall in love with me, but I'm also a genius. That's what Sagittarius is.
Dude, I really could not give two shits about that, but if you're trying to get laid in New York City, you just have to listen to hours of nonsense about the zodiac.
I don't think I ever have.
What's your rising sign?
Yeah.
Just please suck my dick. Please shut up.
Do people actually talk about? I don't think that's.
Girls love it, dude.
I think that's a weird. That's like a weird thing that Rob Reiner invented for his movies. Is that women like? That seems
Rob Reiner.
I feel like he all the stereotypes about relationships he came up with and created them through his films.
What, Spinal Tap?
No.
Wait,
When Harry Met Sally.
Direct Spinal Tap or Rob Reiner?
I don't know. Fucking know. I think maybe Christopher Guest did, or maybe because that was his first. That was the first movie with that whole ensemble cast. Yeah, so maybe it was Rob Reiner. But like like the When Harry Met Sally scene.
Yeah.
When they're like, women don't fake orgasms, and she's like, women fake orgasms all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like people don't actually have that conversation.
That conversation?
Yeah, I don't think people
have that conversation all the time.
Also, I love that then she proceeds to do the fakest orgasm anyone has ever heard.
Right. Weren't we joking around about like how if she was just like, fuck my ass.
Yeah, fuck my ass.
Fuck my ass.
Finger my fucking ass, my filthy ass.
My pussy's so wet.
Yeah, just in Katz's Deli.
I was at Katz's and my friend, I was eating there and my friend said, look up, and there's a sign right above me, and they were like, this is where Meg Ryan faked an orgasm. There's like a sign hanging above one of the chairs. I sat in the fake orgasm chair, so pretty cool, I guess.
So it's like you fucked Meg Ryan.
Yeah, basically.
Have you seen how bad she looks now?
She looks bad.
She's gotten so much plastic surgery.
Ugh.
You know how like when those women that are just like they get so much plastic surgery that you see them and they're like, I'm finished, and they've just gotten all of it.
Ding.
Yeah, right, yeah, pretty much, dude. Because they all look the same. They all look like that bear cat. They have that big puffy cat face, but there's also
puffy, because the collagen,
like a Care Bear element to it.
Yeah, it's sort of froggy too. They kind of look like Pepe a little bit, like brown, like burnt Pepes.
Yeah, they should get whiskers.
Pepes.
They should get whiskers to go with the face.
Oh, like Mr. Mistopheles,
yeah, right.
Play cats. Man, do you like musicals?
You know, I say I don't because you're not supposed to, but
you're a man's man,
right?
Yeah.
But anytime I've actually been at a musical, I really enjoy it.
Me too.
My grandma's birthday like 2 years ago. My grandma or my grandfather, my mom took my grandma and me to go see the Fantastics. That sounds like a made up like fucking fake musical.
That was like
name.
a Pixar movie, wasn't it?
No, is it the Fantastic? I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a Pixar movie. It was a musical. I know I'm not confusing the two. It was like a live performance thing. I don't even remember what the fucking story was, but I enjoyed it. It was great.
I think it's pretty cool sometimes.
Yeah. I saw like, I wish if I had enough money, I would definitely go see plays.
Oh, me too.
I went to see the the James Franco of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men?
Yeah, Chris O'Dowd and James Franco.
On off Broadway or whatever?
Yeah, either on or off Broadway.
Whatever.
It was near Broadway.
Broadway adjacent.
Broadway adjacent.
Yeah.
What if, like, how far off Broadway do you have to be before it's off Broadway?
Off Broadway?
Yeah.
Secaucus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Morton Downey Jr.
Flushing.
show. The Morton Downey Jr. show could
Was an
technically be
off-Broadway production.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like art house.
God, I wish he was alive.
Yeah, he's so great.
Yeah.
When I was doing
He's
that,
Trump before Trump, right?
of course.
Yeah.
When I was
He would've been
doing
the president.
when I was doing that Nicole shit, part of the canon was that Nicole's retarded son was actually fathered by Morton Downey Jr. She snuck and then I did the math on it, and she would have had to have fucked him like right before he died. So
Right.
she snuck into a hospital.
You saw the documentary, right?
Yeah.
So they had like...
The guy that directed that documentary, the guy that fucking put the whole thing together, he like follows and unfollows people on Twitter until you follow him.
Really?
He's followed and unfollowed
He's
me like
annoying?
3 times, yeah.
Did you didn't follow him back?
Well, initially I did, then I saw how many people like he followed, and I was like, oh, he's
He's
I don't
a
know
whore.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing, yeah.
So they had remember how they go into like who his fan bases were? So it was like parents from the Midwest visiting New York that like agreed with his like populist policies, right? Jersey trash,
Right.
And then the third were like Jewish high school boys,
Yeah.
that are like got the irony,
Yeah.
and they're like, we're like, this is actually very funny,
Yeah.
And there was like a crew of them in the documentary, and one of them was the cook at my camp, and I had like no idea, but he was one of the Morton Downey Jr. heads. He was like there with all his friends, and I guess they're all still best friends.
That's crazy.
I mean, it sounds like the best high school experience. Like,
speaking of cooks,
yeah.
Somebody who like listens to the podcast hit me up, and they were like, I know you guys like Chapo already does movie reviews, but you guys really should do movie reviews.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't know, but he goes, you guys should really do like somebody needs to cover like all those old action movies, like Under Siege and shit.
Yeah.
And I was literally watching Under Siege.
It's one of my favorite movies.
While he messaged me to tell me that, yeah,
That's incredible.
That's with the cook element is because he's a cook in that movie. He plays
We were talking about that thing about like perfect moments, right?
Yeah.
About like, oh, you only get like 3 or 4 of these,
right.
like,
when I predicted Buckaroo Banzai.
you predicted that. Okay, so I got my friend's brother sent me weed in the mail from Oregon, and I asked him what the name of the weed was, and his brother didn't text him back for like a couple hours. I said, I'm just gonna call it Death Star, and his brother texted him back like 2 hours later. He's like, yeah, it's called Death Star.
That's
It's
crazy.
Like, really, the bullshit about that is that people win the lottery, right?
Yeah.
You only get a couple of those in your life, and I just wasted it.
Yeah.
I feel so like I just fucking.
Well, then
wasted
there's also people that somehow get like AIDS from a paper cut.
That's true.
Some guy that works in an envelope factory. Gets paper cut aids. Yeah, Under Siege is great. I've been going through. Last week I started watching. I'm trying to like watch everything that's ever won Best Picture.
Yeah, why?
I don't know, because I like need new shit to watch. That's how I find new shit to watch.
There's things to get into that weren't. Sorry to put on my Brooklyn, cool guy hat. But
I'm sure there are, but I have plenty of time.
Those movies are trash. A lot of them.
Yeah. But I have the time to do it.
Of course.
And then after,
what year are you at right now?
It's like spotty, so I just pick things.
Okay.
Because I've seen like the entirety of like the 1970s, most of the 1980s, and then 90s and 2000s.
Did Out of Africa win Best Picture?
Yeah, it did.
Have you seen that?
I haven't.
It's bad, right?
I don't know.
It's not that good, right?
Well, it's got Africa in the title, so my hopes aren't high for that one. But more like Stay Out of Africa. That's a movie I would watch. I didn't know Namibia used to just be part of South Africa until like 1990.
Yeah.
That it was just West South Africa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Zimbabwe used to be Rhodesia and have all different names.
Yeah.
Like Harare was Salisbury.
Well, Zimbabwe was it? Yeah, Zimbabwe. What's the one that took the white people and then became a new place after Rhodesia became Zimbabwe?
Like all the white people. What are you talking about?
Because Mugabe kicked out all the white people basically from Zimbabwe, and then they went over to
South Africa. I don't know.
No, there's one next door that also starts with a Z.
Zambia.
Maybe. Yeah. Namibia, Zambia, Tia Tamara, Venus.
I don't know
Serena.
if I've said this on the podcast, but I lived in Africa when I was a kid.
Yeah, you live there, or your just parents are from Africa?
We moved back for a year and a half.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I got the accent, and then like I came back and everyone's like, "You sound like such a South African."
Yeah, you know what's funny is because I always knew the name Rhodesia just from like having like geography jammed in my head.
The dog.
Is there a Rhodesian
Ridgeback? Is that a dog?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
But and then I didn't know until the Dylan Roof thing that's like a thing white supremacists associate
they wanted
with.
To go back to Rhodesia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were somehow even more racist than South Africa was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't let black people own any land or something, and I think it was even smaller white minority.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I mean,
I watched a South African movie. Like,
which one?
Dust
Invictus?
Devil. No, Dust Devil.
What's that?
It's I watched. Have you seen Lost Souls, the Richard Stanley documentary?
No.
It's a documentary about Richard Stanley's remake of The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh yeah.
In like 1996. Yeah. So it's if you haven't seen it, it's fucking great because it's all about all the crazy shit Brando was doing towards the end of his career.
Right.
Like
Fat Brando.
Yeah. So Brando was like notoriously difficult to work with at this point, and Richard Stanley had directed 2 or 3 movies at this point.
Wait, just as an aside, was it you who told me that in The Siege he did wear pants the entire time?
The score. Yeah, somebody told. I read that online. Yeah, they shoot him from the waist up because he refused to wear pants.
He's just wearing moo-moos.
Yeah, but then if you watch the movie and like the first scene he's in, immediately you can see him wearing pants. So one's not true. But there are a bunch of other.
I want to believe that's true.
There are a bunch of other Brando things. Like he on the Island of Dr. Moreau, he like invented this weird hat that had a bucket on top of it, so he could pour ice in it and cool off his head. Yeah. And then they had to like just let him wear that while they were shooting the movie because he didn't want to take that bucket filled with ice off his head. It's the documentary's great. It covers like all this shit. I mean, I guess like we have fucking time to kill. You know, I can tell you all. I can just give you the play-by-play.
Let's go.
Yeah. So it's great. It not just for the Brando shit, but like Richard Stanley had directed like 2 or 3 movies at that point. His like breakthrough into the mainstream was this movie Hardware. Because prior to that, he had been like a music video guy, and he made Hardware.
What year was this Island of Dr. Moreau?
1996, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Hardware was 1990, and he made Dust Devil in between the two. But yeah, so I think New Line was gonna make the island of Dr. Moreau, and they were like wary about hiring Richard, and then they like got a couple of people on board with it. They got Brando on board with the project and Val Kilmer, and then they decided to replace Richard Stanley.
My favorite actors of all time. Both of them, actually.
They decided to replace Richard Stanley, and Richard Stanley like had a temper tantrum about it and like went to go see Brando. And for some reason, Brando like took the meeting, you know, in his like bizarre castle on like Mulholland Drive or wherever the fuck he lives. He was neighbors with like Jack Nicholson. They live on like the top of the hill, and they're like
and Harry Dean Stanton.
Probably. He's been in so many fucking movies.
Yeah,
you know, he's still in movies. He has like 4 movies coming out this year.
Yeah.
And he's like 90.
He's a legend.
He's 92 or 93 years old.
Have you seen Paris, Texas?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Well, I don't know why the fuck. But
you wanted to
we're supposed to be
the entire plot of the island of Dr.
We're supposed to be doing jokes, dude. What the fuck
we're
is this?
We're not being funny. We're
not being funny. This is turning into
Stav here.
No, we don't need fucking Stav here. This is turning into regular podcast territory.
Yeah. Let's talk about funny stuff, dude.
Man,
we gotta be mean.
I watched 5 minutes of The View the other day, and they're talking about
those cunts.
They're talking about like is Whoopi's like
a new study says that sex on average only lasts 7 minutes,
and then all of them are like, oh hell no, you know. And then fuck, like, you know, 2 of them are hot. I don't know what they always have, like one woman on the show, a hot conservative. Yeah, they got a hot conservative Latina now.
Woo!
Yeah,
honey child.
Yeah. And so Oprah's sitting there, and she just looks like Whoopi's sitting there. I call her Oprah as a joke so much that now I do it on purpose or by accident.
Is Goldberg a stage name, by the way? No. I've always been too afraid to ask.
No, that's
she's Jewish.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a stage name.
It has to be.
Yeah.
God, if you could choose any last name.
So she's sitting there, and they put her on the end of the table. So she always looks like a pile of like the blankets that they give to people that survive a disaster.
Oh yeah.
Like she's just this lumpy mess covered in blankets of clothing with usually like nice sneakers coming out of the bottom.
Yeah.
And
wearing Yeezys.
Yeah. And she's like 45 minutes at least. And it's like,
that's how long she fucks?
Yeah, no way, dude. No fucking way. Who's fucking you that long?
Ted Danson.
Yeah, right.
He was for a while.
Can you imagine that? I just imagine her sitting there with, like, you know how like Jabba had Princess Leia chained up,
right? That's what everyone was going nuts about at the Oscars. Or
something? Yeah, everyone. But now I can't remember if it was her or Oprah, because somebody got in trouble for calling her Oprah, and then I was like, that's so funny.
Who did?
I don't know.
How do you confuse them?
Because you so often confuse them as a joke that you eventually do it on purpose.
I guess so.
Yeah. Like Joy Behar, I call her Reba McEntire
as a joke,
but then I start doing it on purpose.
The Fred Armisen impression of Joy Behar that he used to do on SNL is so fucking.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's very funny.
Yeah,
it's intensely funny.
Should we take another break?
Yeah,
I guess you handle your business over there. I'll just keep talking about something.
Keep talking, and then I'll hand off.
You
handle your business.
Okay, you keep talking for a second. I
really want a cigarette and to take a shit right now.
I gotta take a shit so bad. You keep talking for a second. I'm gonna refill my water.
Okay, I'm gonna talk, refill the water, then you'll come back. You'll talk. I'll do it too.
Tell them about the rest of that movie I was describing.
Nick's asking me to summarize the rest of that movie he was describing, but I haven't seen it. I have seen a similar movie called Lost in La Mancha, which was about Terry Gilliam trying to make.
Have you ever seen Viva Rock Vegas? That's a fucking classic.
That was the sequel, the Flintstones sequel.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I never saw that one. I saw the one with John Goodman.
Wasn't he in both of them?
Was he? I assumed they replaced
This is so
everybody.
funny. This is what cocaine is. Cocaine is literally just book and movie recommendations and albums. Oh, dude, you've never listened to the Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta get into the Rolling Stones. Oh my god, dude, they're so good.
Yeah, this is why we shouldn't do movie reviews, because a movie review for me is like, yeah, I sat there, I watched it, here's what I remember what happened, and I thought it was pretty good. That's my take on almost every movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, me too. I'm not critical enough. I'm not like liberal or artsy enough.
Yeah,
to, like,
go ahead, you do a bump.
Okay.
While I quickly review The Phantom, starring Billy Zane as.
that was Alec Baldwin.
No, that's The Shadow.
That's The Shadow.
Yeah. The Phantom is. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Phantom is like a children's movie where, a similar thing. It's like set in the 30s or some shit. But I remember they had like one violent scene where a guy gets stabbed in the eye by a fucking like microscope that has razor blades that come out of it.
It's a kid's movie?
Yeah. It's like it's a bizarrely violent scene.
Oh, wow.
So they should give me a job on the censorship board. Guys, please, continue donating. More bonus content like this coming right up.
We're gonna do a different drug every bonus episode. Next week, Jenkum. Stav's doing Jenkum because he...
Keep going.
Oh, okay. So Stav, basically what you do is you poop into a jar, into a mason jar. You leave it out in the sun.
This is real, guys. This is Jenkum. It's what they do in Africa.
It's what kids... You leave it out in the sun. And do you remember that ad that was like post 9/11? And it was like, if you do drugs, your money's going to Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do. But how funny is it that they fucking offered to put this show on the Anthony Acumia network without like they didn't listen to a single episode because we make fun of that show.
Is that why?
I don't know, but like the fact that he would be like, hey, I think it would be a good fit. It just means that like someone was like, hey, this show, like people like this show, and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll buy it without putting any fucking thought into it. That's how great show business is.
What's the deal that Anthony Cumia would offer us? $100,000 an episode.
$100,000 an episode. I don't know. They make good money.
Yeah.
It would be, and like Lewis gave us an offer too.
For what's he on?
He has his own. He made enough money on like the Anthony Cumia shit that he has his own studio now.
I thought Lewis does a thing with Big J Oakers.
Yeah, I think their Legion of Skanks is now on Lewis's own podcast network that he owns, and he has studio space and shit.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, they're doing real well.
If he's so successful, why does he have to fucking steal the Puerto Rican rattlesnake moniker?
I don't know, dude. I saw him. He was on Periscope the other day, and he didn't know I was watching or whatever, and he was like, yeah, what am I gonna do to deal with Nick Mullen? He was like, I want to, he's calling himself the Puerto Rican rattlesnake to troll me, but like you can't fucking troll me. Like I just don't get trolled. I'm just gonna fucking punch you in the head. He's like, would that be funny if I just fucking walked up to him and punched him in the head? Seriously, guys, like would that be funny? Or whatever. And I joined, and I was like, Lewis, this is the police. And then his connection went out. Okay, so this maybe might have been a false start with the bonus content, but whatever, dude. It's fucking bonus content, and I've decided just now in the snap judgment I will release Dickfield Diaries. I'll go ahead and do that anyways.
I guess so.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Finally, where are we at right now?
It's like 30 minutes total.
Total?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, 30 total, dude.
This hasn't been 30 minutes. We've been here for 2.5 hours.
Nah. What were you gonna say? You gotta hurry up. You gotta say
Colin
it.
Kaepernick, dude.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
standing, supporting the troops.
Oh, can you believe that shit?
Can you believe that?
Can you fucking believe the disrespect that
Here's the thing.
that guy who may or may not be black or Puerto Rican or something?
He's
What is
black.
that? What is that last name even?
He was adopted by white people.
But that's not even a white
So
last
that's what
name.
people are... Kaepernick? It's like German sounding.
Yeah,
Or
he's a
Dutch.
fucking Nazi.
He's
I'm gonna have to listen to some crowd bastard tell me who the real Nazis are.
I guess
Is this me
so.
right here?
No. That's bonus. Bonus.
That's bonus. That's leftover. Okay. Well, you know what? I think we've done enough damage.
Have we?
I don't know.
I wonder if this was listenable.
Maybe not. Do you want to take another break and come back?
Yeah. Let's just see.
Okay. All right.
We'll play
Yeah.
later. We might be back.
We might be back. All right. Goodbye, folks.
Don't look down, just keep your head or you'll be finished. Open up the limit.
Okay, we're back. Bonus content part 3.
We're going hour 2 here.
Yeah, we're gonna just try and you know what? If you can't, if quantity instead of quality.
Right.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a marathon.
This is a fucking nightmare, dude. This is such a bad idea.
I thought it was a good idea, at first, because they're like, oh, Martin Scorsese made entire movies like this, where he was just constantly doing coke.
Yeah, I feel like we should just figure out a way to apologize quickly and
to the listener.
We haven't. See, the problem is we haven't been hanging out, so we don't have any good bits. We went to that party and there were gay guys doing poppers. That's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Yeah. But that's just the extent of that. Right?
Yeah. We didn't see them fuck each other afterwards or anything.
No, that would have been cool.
I was thinking about no, I wasn't. Like if you could get, because AIDS is such a big part of like the gay community where there's like bug chasers and shit. If you could get pure AIDS and like sell it as like
uncut,
like an artisanal, like pure uncut.
I'm glad that these guys are taking $5 to hear that.
God damn it, dude! I should have just done the dick filled shit on my own. I don't know why. We need Stav. We can't do this without Stav.
I mean, listen.
He's on the road with Bobby Kelly, who he won't let anyone else feature for.
Stop it. Stop it.
He won't hear this. He doesn't pay the $5 a month. Stav will never hear this episode.
I'm not paying the $5.
I'm not paying it either.
None of us are going to ever hear this.
Yeah. I don't even listen to these when I edit them.
I got a text today from a girl that listens to the podcast that her and her friend had an hour-long debate. Murder, fuck, kill, or murder. What is it? Murder, marry.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill. The Cum Boys.
And I'm always kill.
I'm kill.
I'm kill.
I told her I would kill and then marry Stav and then kill you.
Yeah, I'm the guy that gets fucking killed. I feel that way. That's my self-esteem issue.
Well, it's cool that
I like that one of the options is shitty. Like it's like fuck, marry, kill is just like, okay, here's 3 things. Which one do you not like?
Well, marry implies you just fuck them for the rest of your life, right?
Sure. Yeah. So that's the better.
So why
of the two.
is fuck like
it's rank? Why isn't the game just called like rank these 3 things?
Who do you want to marry?
Yeah. Which one of these is the best, and then the middle one, and then the shitty one that you wish was dead.
Right.
Right. That's like a Seinfeld. That could be a whole Seinfeld episode.
The secret is that all the Cum Boys wish we were dead. So
yeah. And we're trying to get there by doing as many drugs as possible and recording. Man, I really wish we had some fucking funny thing to end on here. I really was hoping we'd hit that record button and then we'd be firing on all cylinders.
Well, let's go story style, right? We're on the like talkie drug, right? So like, what was the first time you did cocaine?
It was on Halloween when I was 15.
What was the most pleasurable time? What was the best time you ever did?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I remember.
Okay, go. Tell your story then. You don't have to prompt me for your story.
I just like one of the first times we ever did it, but we were all nerds, so we just watched The Room with director's commentary the entire time. It was incredible.
That was a great story.
That was a good story.
I'm so glad we went.
Are you into The Room? The Room changed my life.
No, I've actually never seen it.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Oh, it completely changed my life. It changed the way I evaluate all art. It changed like what I find funny. It ruined my brain.
Why?
I remember just seeing it in college.
I'm having like a panic attack about how completely unfunny the last hour has been.
Oh, it's been so unfunny.
Who the fuck is listening to this? They're going to demand a refund.
Maybe we hang on to this one and then we just like drop it. Like, this is the Lost Cocaine episode. Like, we'll reference it on the podcast.
No, because there has to be bonus content. I promised it. I was going to do the Dickfield thing. You know what? He knew it. He knew that was going to be. He saw that I announced bonus content and then he had that meltdown. Oh, that's what this is. That's exactly what this is.
The
Seth fucking got me. He fucking got me, dude.
I hope
he knew
this is true,
like,
but it's
they're going to try and make money at some point, and the only way they're going to be able to do it is with me. So I'll wait until they announce it, and then I'll get them for fraud because they have to. I'm on drugs now because of Seth Cockfield. It's his fault. I've been sober for 4 years, and now I'm falling off the wagon because Seth checkmated me.
We did coke last weekend.
All right.
Seth will have his revenge one day on you, but I don't think it'll be like this. I think it's going to be far more elaborate. I think it's going to involve, you on the cover of the New York Post with some really bad pun above your head.
People shit on those posts, but that's a lot of work.
The pun department?
Yeah. To come up with those?
Yeah.
Every single day?
Yeah, new pun every day.
Can you imagine how furiously whoever comes up with those beats off at the end of every day? That must be such a miserable existence. Having to come up with fucking puns.
The pun man.
The amount of stress you're under for such a dumb fucking thing.
Oh, God.
I think about how the amount of stress that some really worthless jobs have. Like being a clown. Like being a circus clown. How much pressure that must be to perform constantly. And everyone hates you anyways.
Oh, yeah. Kids want to beat you up.
Yeah.
Being a mascot for a stadium. Like the joke when we were kids were that we wanted to fuck them up. We try to trip them. They have really bad peripheral vision because of the masks.
Mm-hmm.
They're always like...
Goofy got in trouble for touching some girl's pussy at Disney World.
Did he?
Yeah. And that's like the World Series of being a mascot is being one of the Disney World
Oh,
characters.
yeah. You're really up there in the mascot game.
Can you imagine rising to the level of Disney World Goofy? And then that's
Only
when you
to
strike.
be brought down.
You spent years as Chuck E. Cheese, probably. Or as, a guy
No,
in a
Chuck E.
gorilla
Cheese is like
costume outside of it.
animatronic, isn't he?
No. Well, they have the band in the showroom.
The band, yeah. That shit is rad. All right, so in the interest of the cocaine episode, we should just finish this, right?
Finish the rest of the cocaine?
And the episode, too.
And the episode. God damn it, dude. I'm so sorry. There's just nothing funny.
I feel really bad, too. I mean, I did say before we even took the cocaine that, John Lennon, Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney, and Harry Nilsson, four of the best musicians of all time, tried to do this, and their album was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, but we're not musicians.
Yeah, but we're like, we're like two of the worst podcasters of all time. Why would this make us any better?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think we should have really done the idea where we do director's commentary on an old episode. I feel like this episode was going great until we took the break to do the cocaine, and then it quickly became...
It was fine. We had our shit together. It wasn't the funniest. We were making fun of Stav for being fat. It was okay.
We were making fun of him for being fat. But there was...
Well, he couldn't defend himself the best way.
That's the best way to make fun of anybody.
Yeah.
Until they figure out a way to fuck you by demanding a public apology. Oh, shit. Can you guys hear that?
It's the police outside. They heard that there are two white men in an apartment in Bed-Stuy.
So what do you think? Juanita Broderick, lying, telling the truth?
Wait, was that the rape in the 80s?
Yeah, the Bill Clinton rape.
Oh, I thought that was like the woman that was on the Morton Downey Jr. show, and Al Sharpton was there, and there was that they did it at the Apollo.
Yeah, every time, honestly, for a second, anytime I hear Juanita Broderick, I think it's like some Mexican woman that Matthew Broderick illegitimately knocked up. That's the snap thought in my head, and then I have to remember that.
So wait, when was this from?
I don't fucking know.
Arkansas? He raped a woman?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he raped someone.
You always believe. Oh my god, dude, we have to stop doing this. we have to stop doing this episode as soon as possible.
This is the worst episode of Cumtown of all time.
What do you guys say? Do you call it checkers or rallies? Write into the show. Let us know.
We're going Carl's Jr. Hardee's. What do you guys
Carl's
think?
Jr. Hardee's. Chipwich or cookie sandwich?
It's kind of annoying.
Or ice cream sandwich.
How I'm from the West Coast, but how people talk about In-N-Out like it's the best.
That place fucking sucks. People do that with every burger place.
People do that with
everybody has Shake Shack here. Shake Shack sucks.
Shack's not that good.
It's not that good. There's no such thing as a good burger.
What do you mean there's no such thing as a good burger?
It doesn't exist.
You've never had a good burger before?
Somebody just got shot, dude. Did you hear that? There's literally...
No, it's a firework.
No, there's gunshot. It's not a firework. It's September. What are they celebrating?
The end of summer.
9/11? 9/11 is the closest holiday.
Tomorrow at midnight. We should podcast until midnight when it becomes 9/11. It's September 10th right now.
Oh, holy shit, dude. I forgot. This is like the 9/11 bonus episode.
Yeah,
that's why it's a disaster. That's why it's going so bad, is it's a fucking homage to 9/11.
Yeah.
So for the 3,000 people that died, that's why this has been literally the worst one we've ever done. I know I say that every time, but not only is it bad, we don't know when to quit. This is like, you know, when somebody's bombing and
this is a hostage situation.
Yeah.
What's the best New York City meltdown you've seen at an open mic?
You were there with that one guy at the pit that one time where he's like, you go around, everybody wants your fucking dollar. And it's like, those are homeless people. You should feel bad for them. They're not trying to swindle you. They live outside.
I live in a bunk bed in Bushwick with 8 other guys.
Yeah, so does everyone.
Yeah.
These are all comedians. You paid $3 to be on stage right now.
Just move home.
Yeah.
Just move home.
You have to have that as an option. I tried to be a fucking comedian. He just watches the speech from Glenn Ross every night and looks over his fucking Tinder jokes.
The Pacino speech?
Yeah. Always be closing. Not the Pacino speech, the fucking Alec Baldwin speech.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Guys, Glenn Ross is another movie that I've seen. The movies... You're listening to the Movies I've Seen podcast with Randy Ipcut. Hi, my name's Randy, and in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the film Ernest Goes to Jail. In the movie, there is a man named Ernest who goes to jail, and lots of things happen in regards to him being in jail. Well, I wonder how many people you could get to listen to an hour of that.
The films I've seen.
Hi, my name's Randy. Another film I've seen is the sequel to Jurassic Park, which the name escapes me at this moment. But folks, the dinosaurs are back and they're angrier than ever. They're biting, they're slashing. Some of them are flying. Is that an egg I see? Oh no, the egg's opening. Now there's baby dinosaurs running around.
Yeah. They're going to grow up and be back out dinosaurs pretty soon.
Hi, my name's Randy, and you're listening to the Movies I've Seen podcast. On today's episode, 101 Dalmatians. Let's count them up. 1 Dalmatian, 2 Dalmatians, 3 Dalmatians, 4 Dalmatians. Oops, here comes 5. 5 Dalmatians. Oh no, there's the 6th one. Now we got 6 Dalmatians, folks. Stay tuned. 7 Dalmatians.
How did stand-up comedy exist? How is it fueled for 15 to 20 years on this substance, cocaine?
I don't know. The leather jackets. Have you ever watched old Jon Stewart stand up?
Oh my god,
he's so fucking funny. Oh, this is the only because I was going to do that.
I love that Mark Maron and Jon Stewart hate each other.
I was going to do that Vogue birthday party, the Anna Wintour thing. Yeah. And the only joke that I wanted to do, I was hoping there'd be like a fat fashion lady there so I could call her Nutella DeVille. I've been looking for a home for that joke for probably weeks now. I don't know who to call Nutella DeVille because you know what it is?
Find one.
Anytime there's a fat, fabulous woman, everybody's like, "Ooh, that bitch Ursula! Look, it's Ursula."
Ursula, that's always the first one. Yeah.
Which
Little Mermaid.
Nutella DeVille is great. So guys, if you have an opportunity, let's get rid of Ursula. Let's swap in fucking Nutella DeVille. I feel like that Randy character that could sort of make up for the last.
The films I've seen.
Yeah. Hi. My name's Randy, and this week I watched 5 Easy Pieces, starring Jack Nicholson as Jonathan Five.
Is that your favorite movie?
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty good.
Well, you know what? It was my favorite movie when I was 19, and then
I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Right around 2021, I stopped caring about anything. Like being passionate about things.
Being good.
Yeah. So
that's what happened to me after I saw The Room. I was like, there's no such thing as good, and there's no such thing as bad. What was your favorite movie when you were a kid? My list of favorite things was so bad. It was bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like high school was Gladiator.
Yeah.
Because I saw it with my dad.
We talked about this on the last one.
Yeah.
We did.
It's a bad movie. I saw it recently. Pretty bad.
Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai.
I thought that movie was a kick-ass.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. I told you, I saw Jim Jarmusch walking around the village.
Jim Jarmusch? I don't think anyone knows how to pronounce his name. Jim Jarmusch?
Jarmusch.
Jim Jarmusch. That's a good podcast. Hi, my name's Randy, and you're listening to the How to Pronounce Jim Jarmusch's Name podcast, sponsored by the Anthony Cumia Network. We have been blessed with Anthony. Mr. Cumia has allowed us to come in his studio and discuss Jim Jarmusch's name. Norman Wilkerson is going to message me and call me so many names for how bad this is.
This podcast, right?
Yeah, and even the good ones, Norman is like, it's a fucking awful show. This is fucking terrible.
That?
Yeah, he's like, you guys are fucking idiots. This is a bad show. Yeah.
But he's your friend.
I know. That's why he thinks it's okay to say that to me.
But he's doing that to like shit on you because he's your friend.
Yeah,
right?
but he's still shitting on me, legitimately. Yeah.
All right, so just to catch everyone up that's not in the room, we're going to finish this right now. And then we're going to finish the podcast.
Who the fuck is setting off 9/11 fireworks?
It's for 9/11, dude.
Come on, man.
Those are actually coming from Staten Island.
Are they?
They're firing them across the Verrazano.
But they do that every day. They celebrate 9/11 when the clock hits it.
We should go to Staten Island for the 9/11 parade tomorrow. It's the #1 holiday, Staten Island.
They love that shit, dude. All right, so I guess all right, that's off-putting. I don't like those fireworks going off.
Yeah, I don't.
What if there were veterans in this neighborhood? You know, you can't even make popcorn around veterans. You can't do fireworks.
What's your favorite war?
My favorite war?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. What's yours? You tell me yours.
My favorite war. I don't know. I don't have one.
Hampton used to. Oh, never mind.
I think a cool war was 1812 because we were the bad guys, sort of, and it ended, and Andrew Jackson didn't like know that it ended, and he destroyed New Orleans. Like the war was over, and he was like, "Well, there's still a war going on." So then he just like marched down to New Orleans, and then he razed the entire city. I think that's pretty badass.
Was the Six Flags there when this happened?
This was.
Have we ever talked about that? Our day trip to the Six Flags?
No, I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast. That's pretty cool.
It doesn't matter. This isn't good podcast content. You know, nobody wants to hear about a time we went to this thing. Yeah,
no,
dude.
It's funny. The
we
swastikas,
Six Flags is badass, dude. It was like fucking shut down, and we hung out in there. And like,
okay, so Nick and I were in New Orleans.
His girlfriend was there, and fucking we said shit to her, and then there was that other bitch.
Nick and I were in New Orleans. There's a Six Flags that's been left derelict since Katrina, and like if you hop a fence, you can like go inside. It looks like a post-apocalyptic, you know. It looks pretty badass, but we were laughing the whole time because there's just graffiti everywhere, and one of the most prevalent parts of graffiti is just guys like in the middle of doing a swastika being like, "Oh fuck, I did it wrong again."
Yeah, they
guys
fucked
that
up.
Can't figure out the swastika
until you get to the end of the park, and then there was a couple done right. So there's like a guy that you could. It was documented.
It told the whole story.
Learning how to do a swastika on the day he went to Six Flags, and that's a memory he has now. Is the day he went to Six Flags and learned how to draw a swastika.
It's pretty cool. He'll have that the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Funnest shape, swastika to draw.
Yeah. And that S thing. I saw
the S with the 3 lines.
I saw that S is like sidewalk graffiti. Somebody put that into cement.
Hell yeah.
That's good. That's good shit.
That's good.
So, I'm gonna call this episode Scarface.
Can we talk about Scarface for a minute?
We can talk about Scarface for
Scarface. I guess we watched it together in April.
Yeah. This thing's. We're actually gonna run out of time on the SD card. We haven't done a podcast this long before, so this is gonna run out of time.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Scarface. It's bad.
It's very bad. It was fun. We were laughing at Michelle Pfeiffer, remember? Because she was like,
"Oh yeah,
she's just the biggest cunt in the world." That's her character.
Oh yeah,
I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah, she's at that like fancy gala or whatever, looking all fucking, you know. She's like some snooty bitch or whatever,
yeah.
and he's like, "Where'd you from?" And then she goes, "Baltimore." Like it's not a shithole. All right, get the fuck, please. This cat. This cat is a fucking nightmare, dude. All right.
The cat is the villain of the
You know what? And this isn't going to end with the cat throwing up because the cat already threw up before the podcast started. I'm sitting right now next to a pile of vomit on the floor that I stepped in, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have to clean it off because there's already vomit everywhere. So, you know what? We should just call it, dude.
I think it's over.
It's over.
No one's listening at this point.
No one's listening at this point. You guys are great. Bonus content. Dickfield Diaries coming soon. We got prank phone calls coming up. More of that Randy thing, maybe. There'll be like a Randy fucking podcast spinoff. I feel like I kind of had my arm twisted into doing the bonus content stuff.
I think
been
that
real busy for me lately. I already feel enough pressure doing the fucking regular weekly podcast. I didn't even want a fucking podcast in the first place, but you can't just be a comedian anymore, folks.
people
You
like
gotta
our
be-
podcast, and you don't have to feel bad about.
Yeah, you do.
You should be excited about it. I think that there are a bunch of incel gamers out there that love our podcast. And
Yeah, but we don't talk about gaming enough. We got to get back to the source. We got to talk about gaming. We got to talk about Xbox. We got to talk about PlayStation 5, the new PlayStation 5, PlayStation Neo that's coming out.
Is it?
Yeah, PlayStation Neo.
What is that?
PS4 Neo, dude. It's like PlayStation 4, except it's more
Matrix.
money and it's a different shape.
Oh.
So if you have the old PlayStation 4, guess what? You're fucking gay,
Trash.
dude. You're a fucking trash.
You have the worst PlayStation.
You're a pussy bitch. You need the newest PlayStation 4 Neo. It stands for new, expensive, and online. It's got online capabilities. Unlike the
first
old
one.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2, which 4? Something like that.
PS4 right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
get out there, keep gaming.
It's like 9 at night, and we're
I gotta wake up at 5:45 in the morning tomorrow. Again, I gotta catch I drive a van to work. I got a van sitting outside. But yeah,
thank you, and please don't rescind your $5
Yeah,
after
please-
listening to this.
please don't.
We have big guests planned and
big
booked.
guess. The money actually goes to retarded kids. So
Well, no, we had a guest book this week that canceled on us. We were going to do an interview episode, so you can expect.
oh yeah,
good
actually
stuff.
that is true. We were gonna do Tim Dillon, but Tim Dillon canceled at the last minute. So we're
because
gonna-
he was at the ice cream museum.
Oh yeah, he went to the ice cream museum. He canceled our fucking podcast to go to the ice cream museum. But no, really, we tried, and and if you try, people can't criticize.
I will never listen to this episode.
I haven't listened to any single episode of our podcast ever.
Well, you've edited them, right?
I mean, enough to the extent that I make sure the audio is synced up, and that
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I run everything through I don't know, some kind of fucking filter or something. And then, but I spend most of the work on the middle part, the break.
The middle part's always a hit.
Is it?
Yeah, people love it. They tweet at us what was that?
You think every part of this show? You know what?
I think
How
the
about
show
this,
is
guys?
great.
We had 2 breaks on this one. I'm gonna kill it with the middle parts. There's gonna be good middle parts. So that's what. Stay tuned or rewind and listen to them again because they're gonna be great. I'm telling you. All right, thanks. Good night.
Bye.
Past the point of no return. Reach the top, but still you gotta learn how to keep it.
Okay, I know we said we were done. I know I said that, and I know it's been bad. If you're hanging tough through this, I apologize, but we completely forgot. We got to talk about Steve Jobs' doctor.
Yeah, he's just
Basically, just threw Steve under the bus. Said that Steve basically killed himself because
he had the pancreatic cancer you can survive from.
Yeah, the good kind,
which is normally a death sentence.
Yeah. But he was like, I'm just gonna do yoga. And drink muscle
smoothies.
Milk. Yeah. Drink muscle milk and smoothies. And he went to Jamba Juice to try and to try and fix it. We were riffing about this outside, and we thought it was so funny
that we had to bring it up.
We had to bring it up. We forgot that. Maybe we'll edit this part into how it was before.
Yeah.
We'll bump this part forward.
Yeah. I think maybe don't do an interstitial. Have it people think the Home Improvement theme song's gonna come on, and then we're gonna be anyway, and then we're back. Yeah.
And then we'll trick them into thinking it's over, but then they look at the time code and there's still another 20 minutes. But I think it's all relevant because there's that other bitch, the turtleneck bitch, with the health company that just got busted. Thermos.
Yeah,
thermostat.
you had a tweet about her voice. I didn't even realize she sounded like
she
that.
sounds bizarre. When everybody in the world deserves to have.
Sounds like this.
Everybody, now the cat's thrown up because I'm doing the voice. Do you hear that?
Was that puke?
Yeah, that's puke. That's what the cat sounds like when it's vomiting.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Everybody in the world deserves health care. You know who should get cancer? That lady.
She should.
Yeah.
Her and Shkreli.
Okay, so top 10 startups. If you had to do a startup right now, we've been talking for 2.5 hours. We're out of cocaine.
Yeah.
We've finished it, so I feel like it's only fair that we continue the last part of the podcast.
Yeah. This is the part of like the cocaine experience where we talk about how we have ideas to make a lot of money.
So we're doing startup battle. You guys have seen Roast Battle on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
It's like Shark Tank meets Roast Battle.
Yeah, Shark Tank meets Roast Battle. So he pitches an idea real quick, and it's all improv. You know, you have to. That's actually. You know what? Holy shit! I might actually pitch this TV show. I think that's a good idea.
I think it is a good
Shark
idea.
Tank battle.
Yeah.
We could sell that to True TV.
Yeah, of course.
That's a great idea. So let's do a sample episode right now. You come on, and so it's Louis J. Gomez is hosting, always. The fake Puerto Rican rattlesnake, Louis J. Gomez.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, Adam, the faggot Friedland.
Oh, he got me.
Fucking faggot. What's your startup idea? And then you go.
Yeah. All right, my startup idea, it's an old one that I came up with my friend Michael Foodie once, but it's a manhole cover. And it's a butt plug that has a manhole cover on it.
And so it looks like a
manhole cover butt plug. So it's like literally covering a man's hole.
Okay, good startup idea. Judges, what do you think? And then they,
Rich Voss.
that's the worst fucking idea I've heard. I'm fucking you fucking Indian piece of shit.
Jeff Ross.
I don't know. I can't.
Jeff Ross, Rich Voss. They have like the same name.
Yeah, they do. What's
yours? Okay.
Well, you did a real one. So, and then I already mentioned on my podcast, the idea I had for the laser pointer that looks like the Batman logo
For a cat.
but it comes with a costume for your cat.
It's a really good idea.
That is a good idea. Maybe I could sell that to True TV.
I think that could be a pet rock kind of like $1 million novelty item idea.
That could change the world.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, so you've all heard about headlights for a car, right?
Yeah.
But what about headlights when you're just walking around on the street?
Oh yeah.
So it's 2 giant fucking lights to strap to your head, and it draws power from your iPhone, and then you can see where you're going at night.
Yeah. Like spelunking, like
like
those
honestly,
headlamps.
that's like half of Benjamin Franklin's inventions were just bullshit like that. And everyone they're like Benjamin Franklin, statesman, inventor, and it's like, none of his inventions are worth a shit. None of them.
What?
Electricity.
I'm thinking Jefferson. Jefferson had some inventions.
Like what? Slavery?
He invented doggy style.
I patented a system to make an infinite amount of children. They might be a little dark, but it's a brand new system. It involves chains and a lot of lube. Just don't inhale, dude. Don't smell it. You got to breathe through your mouth. My startup idea.
Go.
It's a tube that reroutes the air you breathe through your nose into your mouth.
Yeah.
And it has a switch on the side of your nose. So you can turn it on, and then if something smells bad, you go, oh, that smells bad. And you turn it on, and then the air just goes in your mouth, and it bypasses your olfactory.
Oh, so you could just like block your entire nose.
Yeah, this is like 23rd century body mod kind of shit.
Yeah,
That's the
I like
stuff that they're going to be doing in the future.
I like that, yeah. You could just become like nasal anytime you need.
Yeah.
Like just, you could talk like Woody Allen, you know?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have. Do you think Bernie Sanders has breathed out of both nostrils any time in the last like 45 years?
No.
That's why I supported him, because he had a deviated septum. He clearly had allergies. Business ideas?
Yeah.
I
got one.
Yeah.
So you know how firefighters, they have poles in the firehouse so they can get downstairs quicker. Hello, why doesn't everybody have that?
It's just no stairs.
Firefighter
no
poles
more stairs
for everybody.
I always wondered, do firefighters like climb up the poles?
Yeah. No, dude. There's never an emergency where they have to go back to the firehouse real quickly.
So they never have to go upstairs?
No, they take the stairs up, but then they slide the pole down.
Oh. So there's the stairs only are for going up.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You know what was a great invention? Velcro.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Was that one of those NASA inventions?
Probably. All the bullshit NASA ever invented just wound up at Sharper Image.
Yeah. We said this.
Did we?
We talked about that.
Oh man, I'm just running through old bits.
Yeah. Well, whatever. That's my
Classic.
life.
All right, no, we got 10 more minutes, dude. We got until we got to come up with a couple more startup ideas. The listeners stayed with us through all of this. They need these startup ideas.
How about like an app that just, you know how like there are different streaming services like Hulu and Netflix, and you know, like, and if you like think of a movie, you're like, oh, I really want to know if it's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
What about an app that just aggregates all of that and then just tells you?
They have that. If you Google anything, it'll show you what streaming service it's on. How about this? So like Shazam, but for movies.
Oh,
right?
that's good.
So let's say you're like in the movie theater and you're watching a movie and you're like, what movie am I watching? You just hold your phone up and then your phone, the light comes on. It says, detecting movie now.
Yeah. I got an idea.
Yeah.
So you know how like people post
how about
like,
Shazam?
Facebook statuses?
Wait, hold on. Shazam, but for people's races.
Uh-huh.
So you're in the workplace, right? And you're like, oh, Latricia, I got this great joke. And you're like, wait a second. And then you pull your phone out and then it scans her face and it's like, Dominican. And you're like, never mind. And then you go back in your office.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right, so you know how like Facebook has like you could post statuses, but then they have like events and then they have like photos, like albums and all that stuff. How about just the statuses, but then like with a character limit? So like a website that you could just like 140 characters and you could just post statuses on.
I don't think that would work.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think that would be successful.
Well, okay.
You know, I like every like 2 years, like they're like Twitter's getting rid of the character limit, and then no one knows where those stories come from, and they never do.
They never do.
And I always complain about it.
You want more characters?
No, I don't. I think that would ruin the joke format.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the fun part about Twitter is you have to make
being
everything
succinct.
Simple. Yeah.
Brevity is the soul of wit. Mark
Taking
Twain.
the fat off.
Yeah. Mark Twain said that, dude.
Mark Twain?
Yeah. Mark Twain, who believed that so much that he shortened his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about an app that no, nothing. No.
The cat is viciously eating its own asshole right now. Imagine if Brandon were here, how upset he'd be about this.
Fam, I'm crying.
Yeah. I wish I could have just used this time to riff out the Star Wars jokes for that birthday party I thought I was doing. I was thinking about, like, you know, Chewbacca?
Yeah.
Why doesn't he wear clothes? How do they know not to eat Chewbacca?
Because he has like arms and legs, you know. He's like a guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Chewbacca's a guy.
How many Chewbaccas do you think they ate before they were like, all right, they're people?
I mean, isn't that the thing? Is like they're a bunch of aliens that they're like, oh, that's a guy. That's not like a monster.
Yeah, but he doesn't wear clothes. He just screams all the time.
He has that belt thing around his chest.
Yeah, he has a bandolier, which makes him like a Zapata type of character.
Yeah, he's
I guess.
Cool. Yeah.
What if he's got like he's growling, but it's in like a Mexican accent? Like if you could translate it, because he's like a Mexican revolutionary. That's why he has that bandolier. I
loved in episode 3 where they like, you know, the movie's just not ending and it needs to end. Mm-hmm. And then there's a part where Yoda's like on the planet with the Wookiees and he's like, goodbye, random Wookiee number 1 and Chewbacca. And then all the nerds in the theater are like, yay, we got him in there. Yeah. No, they were doing that in the Force Awakens too, though. Were they? Yeah, I think they had like cameos. They put everybody in there. That movie sucked. Now that I got some distance from it, it really wasn't good. I saw it in the theaters. It was very exciting and fun. My big joke when that movie came out was like, okay, guys, who's excited to find out why C-3PO's got that red arm? Because that was like a cliffhanger. Right, yeah. People got mad at you. Yeah, well, no. And then immediately after that, I saw like an article or two that was like, what's up with C-3PO's red arm? And I'm like, I guess that's not a joke. Oh, I was trying to do it because you know how all the characters are racist? Yeah. I was thinking like, you know, so C-3PO, I think initially the reason why he's gold and his name sounds so much like like CPA, is because he's an accountant. He's supposed to be like a Jewish accountant character, and it's like, oh, which planet are we going to now? Don't make me run. I have asthma. I thought he was like an effete British man. Yeah, well, and then they made George change it. They were like, George, you've gone after Jews too much in this, and he's like, what if he is a faggot? And they were like, okay, perfect. We'll just make him.
We'll make him gay. I pointed this out. That actually is a bit that I used to do about C-3PO. Is like that character is completely unnecessary because like C-3PO's the whole purpose for having C-3PO is that he translates shit for them.
Right.
But the only time he's really translating is in Jabba's palace, right? When they're talking to Jabba the Hutt, who just speaks pig Latin. Like everything he says is like "Me no leti hano solo go," and people are like, "Yeah, we have no idea what that means," but somehow we understand the fucking dog, the Chewbacca. We understand those grunts. They understand R2D2, who just speaks beeps. They all learned robot.
Everyone learned.
They all learned that like R2's like,
but they never learned.
And they're like R2, and then they don't know pig Latin. But also, if they have the technology to make robots speak, why not just make R2D2 speak?
Yeah, right.
Why have two
Why
robots?
does C-3PO allowed to speak, but R2-D2 has to be a beep guy?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I was saying it's because R2-D2 in the original script says nothing but racial slurs.
Oh, because he's just cussing the whole time.
And then they meet Lando and R2-D2 is like, boop, 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 boop. They're like, Jacob, keep it down.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, and that's big. Oh, Donald Glover's playing Lando. He's playing young Lando in the.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, in the prequel one?
Yeah, I guess they're gonna make so many of those movies, and they're all gonna be so fucking bad.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
It's just it's
becoming The Simpsons, dude. It's becoming really,
like Ocean's 11. It's like we have a very complicated plan and nothing's gonna go wrong.
Yeah,
we're gonna execute it perfectly.
They're making an all girls Ocean's 11. Did you know that?
Are they? Oh yeah, like Ocean's 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had to get.
Did we joke about that on the podcast?
7.
I was like, it takes 14 women, and they have to figure out how to change the oil in a car. That's the 2 hours.
I still think a sketch we didn't make that was a joke we made on the podcast was Ocean's 9/11.
Yeah. That would be good. I mean, Drew Michaels' cartoon is great. Everyone loves that, and that's like a really juvenile idea.
Yeah. I dig it.
I think we recovered, dude. I think this last segment was
kind of funny.
Yeah, that was all right.
Doing good stuff.
But we are legitimately, the SD card is filled.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, depending. That's the beauty of podcasts. You know, you can listen to it in the shower while you're fucking your wife.
Yep. Yeah.
You
I
know?
hope everyone's listening to this while they're fucking their
That's what
wives.
me and my wife love doing. Is we love having sex in new, interesting places like the shower.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just take the weekend off. We'll get a rental car. We'll park the rental car. Just get the hell out of town, and we'll pull it over and we'll suck and fuck on the side of the road, just like we used to when we were kids. That's how we keep the spice in our relationship. A lot of people worry about, is my relationship spicy enough? How do I get that Latina flavor in my relationship? My wife's getting older now. Her pussy sucks.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I hate fucking her. My dick is really, it's not as, it's as long as it used to be, but it's really narrow now.
It doesn't fill up.
That'll happen. That'll happen.
Yeah, it's gross. Yep. My fucking dick is gross, and my wife's pussy is shit. And I tried to fuck the girl I work with, but it failed.
Yeah.
And then I got caught failing trying to fuck my younger coworker.
You couldn't get hard, or what happened?
I don't know.
Just didn't happen, huh?
I think the problem is there's not enough spice in my
you
relationship.
need to get the spice back in.
So yeah, we fuck in the shower and we listen to Marin. We put it on podcasts.
Oh my god.
We get it. We get podcasts.
That's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
You haven't fucked your wife until you fucked her to Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Yeah. My wife is a huge fan of
Cereal?
of cereal.
Yeah.
So I pretend I'm the Muslim kid from
Oh shit.
I'm pretend I'm
that's
Do you guys fuck in a Best Buy parking lot?
Is that what happened?
I think I don't know.
I think he kills her in the
Yeah.
Best Buy.
That's when
I murdered my wife.
You killed your wife?
That's the only way I can come
That
anymore.
will keep it spicy. If you murder your wife, hell yeah.
How do you add a little hot sauce to your relationship? I'm tired of having this mayo crack ass white boy relationship.
Crystal?
I'm
What
trying
kind of hot sauce?
Crystal.
Crystal. Boom.
It's a Cristal hot
It's
sauce.
made by the same people.
Yeah.
It is.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, my
love
wife and
pouring that
I-
shit on bitches' titties.
Well, my wife and I could only fuck originally to the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song.
Oh, that's funny. Me and my wife only fuck to the music when Larry is suspicious of something.
Me and my wife, we fuck to the Price is Right sound when you get something wrong. Yeah. The bum 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 bum.
Yeah. But when we were kids, we used to fuck to the...
me and my wife, back when me and my wife were kids, when I met my wife, we were 4 or 5 years old.
Yep.
I tell you, we used to fuck like rabbits.
Yep.
I'd pull her
That's
poodle
when it
skirt
was
up
good.
back in the old Studebaker Roadster.
Sure.
The year was 1948. I was
You were
6
driving?
months old. My wife
she was 4. I don't remember how old I was.
I was 27 years old. My wife was 4 and a half. I just finished.
A couple of kids.
I just finished my senior year at the Westchester Boys School for Preparatory Boys, and my wife was she was a junior in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and back then they called it going steady,
Right.
and what that means is that she wasn't allowed to tell people what was going on.
You hold her down and steadily and fuck her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys something. You've never fucked your wife until you fucked her to the Benny Hill theme song.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Well, that's when your dick you put it in her ass and it comes out of her mouth. To yakety sax. And then you put one of your balls in her ear. And it comes out of her eyelid. It's actually extremely painful for your dick and balls.
But it's a good bit.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
It's a
Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, depending. That's the beauty of podcasts. You can listen to it in the shower while you're fucking your wife.
Hell yeah.
You
I
know?
hope everyone's listening to this while they're fucking their
That's what
wives.
me and my wife love doing. Is we love having sex in new, interesting places like the shower.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll just take the weekend off. We'll get a rental car. We'll park the rental car. Just get the hell out of town, and we'll pull it over and we'll suck and fuck on the side of the road, just like we used to when we were kids. That's how we keep the
Preach.
spice in our relationship.
Preach.
A lot of people worry about, is my relationship spicy enough? How do I get that Latina flavor in my relationship? My wife's getting older now. Her pussy sucks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I hate fucking her. My dick is really, it's not as, it's as long as it used to be, but it's really narrow now.
Doesn't fill up.
It's a fucking-
That'll happen. That'll happen.
Yeah, it's gross. My fucking dick is gross, and my wife's pussy is shit. And I tried to fuck the girl I work with, but it failed.
Yeah.
And then I got caught failing trying to fuck my younger coworker.
You couldn't get hard, or what happened?
I don't know.
Just didn't happen, huh?
I think the problem is there's not enough spice in my
you
relationship.
need to get the spice back in.
So yeah, we fuck in the shower and we listen to Marin. We put it on podcasts.
Oh my god.
We get podcasts.
That's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
You haven't fucked your wife until you fucked her to Wait, Don't Tell Me. NPR.
Yeah. My wife is a huge fan of
Cereal?
of cereal.
Yeah.
So I pretend I'm the Muslim kid from
Oh shit.
I'm pretending I'm
that's
the
Do you guys fuck in a Best Buy parking lot?
Is that what happened?
I think I don't know.
I think he kills her in the
Yeah.
Best Buy.
That's when
I murdered my wife.
You killed your wife.
That's the only way I can come
That
anymore.
will keep it spicy. If you murder your wife, hell yeah.
How do you add a little hot sauce to your relationship? I'm tired of having this mayo ass, crack ass white boy relationship.
Crystal?
I'm
What
trying
kind of hot sauce?
Crystal.
Crystal. Boom.
It's a Cristal hot
It's
sauce.
made by the same people.
Yeah.
It is.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, my
I love
wife
pouring
and
that
I-
shit on bitches' titties.
Well, my wife and I could only fuck originally to the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song.
Oh, that's funny. Me and my wife only fuck to the music when Larry is suspicious of something.
Me and my wife, we fuck to the Price is Right sound when you get something wrong. Yeah. The bum 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 bum.
Yeah. But when we were kids, we used to fuck
Yeah,
to the...
me and my wife, back when me and my wife were kids, when I met my wife, we were 4 or 5 years old.
Yep.
I tell you, we used to fuck like rabbits.
Yep.
I'd pull her
That's
poodle
when it
skirt
was
up
good.
back in the old Studebaker Roadster.
Sure.
The year was 1948. I was
You were
6 months
driving?
old. My
Well,
wife
she was 4. I don't remember how old I was.
I was
but-
27 years old. My
Yeah.
wife was 4 and a half. I just
A
finished.
couple of kids.
I just finished my senior year at the Westchester Boys School for Preparatory Boys, and my wife was she was a junior
She was a
in kindergarten.
debutante. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and back then they called it going steady,
Right.
and what that means is that she wasn't allowed to tell people what was going on.
You hold her down and steadily and fuck
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys something. You've never fucked your wife until you fucked her to the Benny Hill theme song.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Well, that's when your dick you put it in her ass and it comes out of her mouth. To yakety sax. And then you put one of your balls in her ear. It comes out of her eyelid. It's actually extremely painful for your dick and balls.
But it's a good bit.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
It's a really good bit. I exclusively give my wife the shocker.
Yeah.
That's the
Man,
only way I have sex.
I tried that PlayStation VR the other day, and that shit is crazy. It's like we really are living in the fucking future. I read an article the other day.
Oh, stop.
I read an article the other day that said that scientists created a time crystal.
Oh no,
Mhm.
I don't even know what that is.
dude! Do we
It's
have
like
to find
from,
it and destroy it?
I don't know.
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, they created a time crystal.
What is that?
I guess they shine
Is that like a
lasers.
Zelda thing?
They shine lasers at these particles
Oh, that's
to
an
like
ocarina.
induce particle spin. That I don't know. They showed that time could be symmetrical, which is what a crystal is. It's like
Mhm.
I don't even fucking begin to understand that shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't. Nobody does.
What does that even fucking mean when people are like time is fucking? You could like I don't know.
Well,
You can
symmetry
walk
can.
through time
Yeah,
or some
well,
shit?
symmetry.
Yeah, you
symmetry can.
That's true.
Symmetry
That's
can
true.
be expressed mathematically. So, like when they say that kind of shit, they just mean that like numbers add up on a piece of paper.
right. What the fuck?
So
does
when
that
like
mean?
time, like space time being the fourth dimension or whatever, it's just like imagine something carried to the fourth power,
Yep.
I don't.
and then
fucking-
All
just
right,
think about it
imagine it this
numerically
way.
rather
What if
than.
we had a
Imagine it
magical
this way.
knife and you cut some shit in the air, and then you put your hand to the fucking then
In
I
the
could
air.
then I could fucking
Well,
get
okay.
it.
Imagine it this way:
What?
2 gay men.
Okay. All right.
They both have
I'm listening.
erections.
Uh-huh.
One of them is like you, uncircumcised.
Okay.
One of them, like me, incredibly circumcised.
yeah, very circumcised.
You put
Basically just has ball skin.
the tips of the dicks together.
Mm-hmm. Am I
take-
docking?
You
Are you
take-
putting your dick in my foreskin?
I don't know what docking is.
You don't
but
know what
take-
docking is?
That's what docking is. You just described docking. You think you're inventing it because you're a fucking idiot. You've never
No,
had a
I'm not-
foreskin in your life, dude. You're a fucking poser. I got mine removed as an adult because I wanted to make decisions about my own body, and I chose not to have
That happened to
one.
my friend.
You had yours removed like
His
a fucking
parents went to him
coward
at
as an
13.
infant.
All right.
Probably with anesthesia.
I mean, I was doing a bit that
I had
didn't know
mine
what-
done at a Pantera concert by Phil Anselmo with his mouth. He chewed my
Was he
foreskin
wearing
off.
a rabbi costume?
Yeah. And he said, now you're a cow man from hell. And that was my bar mitzvah.
That was your bar mitzvah.
I'm sorry, Adam. What do I need to imagine?
Oh God, I was
time?
just doing a stupid bit. Nick.
Anyway, time is fucking. I don't buy any of that fucking shit.
Yeah,
dude.
I also should
can't
warn.
time
I should
travel.
warn the listeners. Not only is the battery dying in this, don't worry, I got backup batteries.
Mm-hmm.
But we got food coming, so this might cut off abruptly at some point. Consider that the break. We're gonna hit you with some sweet, cool tunes from the 1950s. That
Which
was the
one?
decade I grew up in, back when I met my wife.
What was your wife's name?
I don't know, some shit like Trixie or what
Beverly?
fucking dumb. Yeah, Dot. My wife
Dottie.
Dot. Used to bust down Dot's throat, but back then it was called Going Steady.
Coming into someone's mouth is what going steady is.
Yeah, you'd rip her poodle skirt off and hold her down, and she'd say, "My dad's a senator," and I'd say, "My dad's a fucking president," and then I'd do whatever I want. That was called Going Steady back then.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
it's like that movie Pleasantville.
It was a simpler time, Pleasantville.
Yeah. Where the soda shop man's gay, isn't that the story? He finds
think
out he's
so.
gay and then he has color.
When the
Yeah.
color, he
He turns
color.
completely pink.
Yeah, and the wife learns about masturbating. Yeah, what a
was
great
awesome.
movie.
Who else beat off? I think you saw titties in that. I definitely did. Who was in it?
Well, everyone with color was fucking.
Reese Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Toby Mac.
Toby Mac was definitely in
Pussy Posse.
And who was
legend?
who was the
Toby Mac?
And who was the guy? What the
Jeff
fuck is his name?
Jeff D.
Who was the
Jeff
bitch?
Daniels? Gay? Who becomes gay?
Jeff Daniels was
cool
gay.
and gay. But
Yeah.
who was the main guy who was bad? I can't believe I can't remember his name.
Willem Dafoe.
No, yeah. He
Who played
comes
the
in-
dad? William H. Macy?
William H. Macy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a fucking bitch ass motherfucker.
Was Ed Harris in that movie?
Wait, was it William H. Macy or that other guy that looks like William H. Macy?
it was
That
William-
low rent guy.
Who's that guy?
Fuck. I always confuse him with C. Thomas Howell, and it's not C. Thomas Howell. And his name isn't even similar, and they don't look alike. But for whatever reason, their names got swapped in
Because
my
William
head.
H. Because C. Thomas Howell sounds like what a bootleg William H. Macy should be named.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he's the guy from The
Is
Outsiders.
it John C. Reilly?
No, it's not John C. Reilly.
Um,
You would know
is
him
it-
immediately if you saw him.
I think I know who you're talking about. He's
Yeah.
got little gay eyes. You know what I mean?
No, I think that eyes could be a lot of different shapes and a lot of different sizes.
I don't. Yeah, William H. Macy's a bitch ass motherfucker in that movie. His wife, he doesn't fuck his wife good.
His wife jacks off and then becomes
His
color.
wife, that was hot. I
And then
think
has
I
to
beat
put
off to her
makeup
beating
on.
off.
She has to put makeup on to still be black and white.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How
And
did
then
she
it
find
rains
black and
one
white?
day,
Oh,
like at a certain pivotal point.
Interesting.
And then he's like, "Oh, this bitch is color."
And isn't the guy like who puts the what happens? Like Toby Maguire goes over or somebody, Reese Witherspoon goes and she's a little slut and sucks off the fucking the football guy or something like that.
Oh,
All right,
that's
the food's
Chinese
here.
food.
Break time.
Woo!
How does it feel to know you're about to die? I'm gonna give you more time than you gave my wife and son. I gotta tell you something! You changed everything! It wasn't me! It wasn't me! Now you're a good cop. Vernon! Oh, Vernon! Let's try in here.
Okay, and we're back.
Wait, hold on.
What do you mean, hold on? We're back.
Did we do the first part?
What first part?
Is that still here?
Yeah, the first.
Yeah, you just can't add to
fucking
the
idiot.
Okay, nothing. We're ready.
Yeah, we had lunch and now we have a guest. Amber's back.
Yeah, we had nighttime lunch.
All right.
We had a night. We had lunch.
it's called dinner.
Lunch just means the middle. Anything you're doing, if you stop and eat in the middle, that's fucking lunch, dude.
Yeah, it was the lunch
You get a dictionary,
of the
you
podcast.
fucking retard.
Yeah, that's true.